Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're all studying hard for your entrance test. So in this lecture we'll be taking up questions from unit number 1, accounting for not-for-profit organization. Okay, very easy and very simple unit, and this is from your class 11 standard. Okay, this unit is from your class 11 standard, and for MBSc students it is from chapter number 18. Okay, now in this before moving forward with the MCQ questions, let's have a brief discussion on what is not-for-profit organization. Now, not-for-profit organization, the word itself tells us that it is organization, okay, which is not for a profit motive. Okay, now what is the motive of not-for-profit organization? The main motive of not-for-profit organization is service motive. Okay, so they are not they do not have any motive of earning profits. Okay, they do not have any motive of earning profits. Now when you prepare accounts for partnership firms, and when you have solved questions in class 11, right, you have prepared trading account, profit and loss account. Now what was the main motive of preparing profit and loss account? To find out the net profit. Okay, so in this unit we will not be preparing trading account, we will not be preparing profit and loss account. Okay, balance sheet will be prepared, but we will not prepare trading account and profit and loss account. Okay, now I've told you the main motive is of not-for-profit organization is service motive, right? Service motive. Now what are the examples of not-for-profit organization? Let's take some example. Okay, let's take some example of not-for-profit organization. Examples are Delhi Public Library, okay, Delhi University Student Union, Free Aid Medical Society, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Okay, and you can take some examples of charitable organizations, for example charitable hospitals, right, to provide low cost health services. Or there can be any other organization in your locality, okay, which has members in the organization and they provide services to the members. Okay, now let's move to sources of income. What are the sources of income for a charitable organization, for a not-for-profit organization? Sources of income. Okay, so what are the sources of income for the organization? The main sources of income are subscription. I'll explain in detail. Okay, subscription, donation, okay, income from investments. Okay, now these are the main sources of income for the not-for-profit organization. Okay, now what do you mean by subscription? What is a subscription? Let's see. Okay, what is a subscription? Now in a not-for-profit organization there will be members. Okay, there will be members of not-for-profit organization. Now these members, they will have to pay an annual fee, okay, an annual membership fee to the organization every year. Annual means every year they have to pay a membership fee to the organization. Okay, so that kind of membership fee will be called as subscription. Okay, now you can write members provide subscription. Okay, members provide subscription to the organization okay, every year. Okay, members provide subscription to the organization every year. This can also be understood as yearly member fee. Okay, member fee. So members, there will be members in the organization, so members will provide membership fee every year. Members will give membership fee every year to the organization. That will be called as subscription. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now what is donation? You know the word donation, right? What is a donation? Let's try to have a complete analysis on this. Okay, donation is the amount. Okay, received from an individual firms companies and institutions as a gift. Okay, as a gift. Now we have to understand types of donation. Okay, there are two types of donation. The first one is specific donation. Specific donation. Now what is this specific donation? What is this specific donation? Donation received for certain specific purpose is called as specific donation. Okay, specific donation. What can be its examples? What can be its examples? Okay, donation received for construction of a multipurpose hall. Okay, so say for example there is an organization, okay, they have received a donation for constructing a multipurpose hall. Okay, so this kind of donation will be called a specific donation. Now the question is, say for example you got a donation of 1 lakh rupees, say 10 lakh rupees for constructing a multi-purpose hall. Okay, now can you use this amount for any other purposes? Okay, for giving salaries, okay, for entertaining your employees, entertaining your members. Okay, will you use this donation? No, you cannot use the donation. Okay, this donation is for specific purpose, which is for construction of multi-purpose hall. Okay, if you use for any other purpose, there will be a violation of specific donation. Okay, there will be a violation of specific donation. Now you have to understand is specific donation is a capital receipt. Okay, specific donation is a capital receipt. Okay, I hope you know the difference between capital and revenue receipts. Okay, so it is a capital receipt. Okay, it should be capitalized. It should be capitalized. Okay, and posted at the liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, of the balance sheet. Now you may say, wait, if you want you can note this down. Okay, wait, you just pause the video and you note this down. Okay, now see, specific donation is a capital receipt. It should be capitalized and posted at the liability side of balance sheet. Now you may say, donation, we are receiving donation, right? It's an income for us. It is an income for us. It is our gain. It should be our assets, right? No, the answer is wrong. See what happens in a specific donation. Okay, say for example you have received donation of 10 lakhs for construction of multi-purpose hall. Okay, now why is this donation called a liability for us, for the not-for-profit organization? You have to understand this. Okay, this is a capital receipt because it is received for a specific purpose. You cannot use it for paying salaries to the employees of the organization. Okay, entertaining the members. Say for example you have a function in the organization and you spend this money, okay, for those purposes. You cannot do that. Okay, now it is a capital receipts, that is clear, right? Now why is this a liability to the organization? Okay, say for example Mr. X was the person who has given this donation of 10 lakhs. Okay, it was clearly stated that this donation will be used for construction of multipurpose hall. Okay, if you violate the clause, okay, wherein it has been written that this donation will be used for specific purpose for construction of multipurpose hall, this donation will have to be paid back to the person who has given the donation. Okay, Mr. X has given a donation of 10 lakh rupees for construction of multipurpose hall, and say for example there is an organization. Okay, there is an organization. The organization has misused this donation. Okay, the organization has misused this donation. Okay, so what will happen now? The organization will have to pay back the donation amount to the person who has given to Mr. X. Okay, so now say for example in a year they have in the first year they have received rupees 10 lakh, right? They have received rupees 10 lakh. Now in first year they have spent rupees 2 lakhs for construction of multi-purpose hall. Okay, now what will happen in your balance sheet? The liability was 10,000. Now you have used this 2 lakh for specific purpose, right? For construction of multi-purpose hall. Now 2 lakhs you have used, right? Now what will be your liability? 8 lakhs. Okay, the liability will be reduced by 2,000 rupees. Now again second year you have, say for example in the second year you have used the whole amount of 8 lakh rupees. Okay, now what will happen? What will be your liability? Your liability will be nil, because you have used whole amount for specific purpose. See, here 2 lakhs and here 8 lakhs for specific purpose. Okay, now your liability will be over. Now say for example you have out of this 8 lakhs you have used 6 lakhs for specific purpose. Okay, and you have used 2 lakhs for other purpose. Okay, can you do this? Can you do this? No, you will not be able to do this. Okay, this will not be allowed. The not-for-profit organization will not be able to use this 2 lakhs for specific purpose. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now the other type of donation is general donation. Okay, wait, let me just, if you want you can note this down if you want. It's not that relevant, but still you can note it down if you want. Okay, now the other donation is general donation. Point number 2 is general donation. Okay, what is this general donation? Let's try to understand. Okay, now there are two types of general donation again. Okay, there are two bifurcation of general donation. General donation of big amount. General donation of big amount. Okay, what is this donation? It is a donation of non-recurring nature. Okay, I'll explain. So it should be capitalized. And shown at the liabilities side of the balance sheet. Okay, now general donation of big amount. Okay, general donation of big amount is same as specific donation. Okay, now it is a donation of non-recurring nature. Okay, what do you mean by non-recurring nature? You will get this donation once. Okay, you will get this donation once. Okay, this is called as non-recurring. Non-recurring means it will not occur every month or every year. Okay, once you have received this donation. Okay, you will not receive it every month or every year. Okay, there are general donations of small amount. That small amount will be of recurring nature, means you will receive it every year. Equal amount you will receive every year, or you will receive it every month. Okay, so it will be called as recurring. Recurring means always coming. Okay, non-recurring means you will receive the amount only once. Okay, now this is again a capital receipt. This will also be called as capital receipt, and it will be taken to the liability side of balance sheet. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now general donation, what is the other type of general donation? This is point number 1. Okay, number 2, general donation of small amount. General donation of small amount. Okay, general donation of small amount. Now this donation is of a recurring nature. Okay, this definition I am taking from page number 591 of your textbook. Okay, for MBSc students, 599 of your textbook, of class 11 textbook, part B. Okay, this donation is of recurring nature. It is expected that such donation will be received every year. See, it is a recurring nature and it will be received every year. Okay, it will be received every year. It is a revenue receipt. It is a revenue receipt. So it should be treated as income treated as income, and recorded at the income side of income and expenditure account. Okay, I hope this is clear. What is general donation? General donation of small amount. This is a donation of non-recurring. It is a donation. It is a nature of recurring nature. It has a recurring nature. Okay, means we will receive this donation every year. See, received. It will be received every year. Okay, it should be received here. It should be received. It will be received every year. It is a revenue receipt, so it should be treated as income and recorded as at the income side of income and expenditure account. I hope this is clear. If you want, you can note this down. Okay, general donation are of two types: general donation of big amount, general donation of small amount. Okay, now let's sum up. Okay, let's sum up this donation part. Now let's write, you can write the crux donation. Okay, specific donation is of capital nature. It is a capital receipt, so it will go to the liability side of balance sheet. Okay, balance sheet. General donation big amount, general donation big amount. Again, it is a capital receipt. This is a capital receipts. Okay, again it will go to the liability side of balance sheet. Okay, now another point: general donation of small amount. General donation of small amount. General donation of small amount. Okay, this is of revenue nature. Okay, this is revenue nature. It will be a revenue receipt, and it will go to the debit side of income and expenditure account. Okay, this is the crux of donation. You have to remember this. Okay, you have to remember this. It's very important. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, simple and easy, right? Now let's talk about the books, what kind of accounts the NPO will maintain. Okay, now let's write financial statements of a NPO, not for profit organization. Okay, the first one will be receipt and payment account. Okay, number 2 will be income and expenditure account. Third one will be balance sheet. Okay, these are the 3 types of account they will maintain. In addition, they will prepare cash account. Okay, but cash and bank account, cash or bank. Okay, if they have both, they will prepare cash and bank account. Now these are the 3 main types of account which they will prepare. Okay, in a profit organization, in a normal business, there used to be trading account. In a trading business, you will have trading account, then you will have profit and loss account. Okay, then you will have balance sheet. Okay, these are the 3 types of account which you used to prepare. But in case of NPO, we will prepare receipt and payment account, okay, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. Okay, now let's try to understand in detail what is this type of account. Okay, now first let's talk about receipt and payment account. Receipt and payment account. Okay, receipt and payment account. Now you can write receipt and payment account. See, you may note this down, okay? You just take pen and paper and you note this down, because it has been long since you have learned this subject, right? And especially for those students who are giving CUET now, okay? Class 11, when you were in class 11, there was lockdown, okay? There was lockdown and you could not study things properly, okay? So it will be very difficult for you to study this on your own, okay? So it's very important to note whatever I'm writing, you note this down for your revision, okay? And you can trust me, trust me that whatever questions I'll be doing, there is around 43 or 43 to 45 questions of MCQ that will be sufficient for you to prepare for your entrance, okay? And apart from that, in addition, you can do the MCQ from the textbook, okay? Whatever MCQ is there in the textbook, you can solve that MCQ and you can go for the exam, okay? It will be more than enough. Now let's see, receipt and payment account is a real account, okay? Is a real account, okay? It is a real account. So if it's a real account, what will be the rule? Debit what comes in, debit what comes in, credit what goes out, okay? This is the rule. Receipt and payment account is a real account, okay? And what will be the rule? Debit all, debit what comes in, credit what goes out, okay? Now receipt and payment account, receipts and payments account, receipts and payments account, okay, records all cash receipts, okay, and cash payments, cash receipts and cash payments, okay, whether it is a capital receipt or revenue receipts, okay? Receipt and payment account will record all cash receipts, okay? It doesn't matter whether it is of capital nature or it is of revenue nature. Whatever cash you are receiving, you will record that in your receipt and payment account. I hope this is clear to you, okay? Whatever you are receiving cash, be it for construction of building, be it for construction of hall, be it for entrance fee, membership fee, everything will be taken into the receipt and payment account, okay? It will be taken into the receipt and payment account. I hope this is clear to you, okay? Now what will this receipt and payment account take into account, okay? Only the actual cash receipts, okay? Only the actual cash receipts will be recorded in the receipt and payment account, okay? Now will we record provision for bad debts? Will we record provision for bad debts? Will we record outstanding expenses, advance expenses? No, this type of expenses will not come in a receipt and payment account, okay? Only the actual cash expenses will go to the receipt and payment account. Now if you want, you can note this down, okay? Now write one more point. This is point number, let's say this is point number 1, this is point number 2, this is point number 3. Write point number 4 on receipt and payment account, okay? All cash receipts whether belonging to the current year or previous year or next year are recorded as receipts, okay? Or next year, okay, are recorded as receipts. Now when you receive some cash, okay, for any purpose, be it for current year, be it for previous year, be it for next year, you will record that in receipt and payment account. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, similarly all cash payments, okay, all cash payments whether belonging to current year, previous year or next year are recorded in receipt and payment account. Okay, now point number 5 you can write all cash payments, simple. Okay, all cash payments whether belonging to the current year or previous year or next year are recorded as payment on the receipt and payment account. Okay, I hope this is clear. Point number 6, this account does not show net income or net loss. Okay, now this is all about receipt and payment account. Okay, now you can, if you want, you can pause the video and you can note this down. Okay, this is last point. Now see how will a receipt and payment look like. Okay, receipt and payments account, receipts and payments account. So debit side, what is the rule of receipt and payment account? Debit what comes in. Okay, what comes in. Credit what goes out. Now I'm only teaching you from your exam point of view. Okay, I will not be teaching in detail because we don't have time. Okay, it's not possible to solve, to take each and every concepts. Okay, so now what will happen in receipt and payment account? All receipts will be written on the debit side, whatever you are receiving money. Okay, say for example for subscription, you are receiving money for subscription. Okay, you are receiving money for general donations, you are receiving money for grant. Okay, you are receiving any income. Okay, income. Okay, you are receiving any rent, you are receiving any entrance fee. Okay, all the receipts, okay, which is coming in, cash is coming in, will be recorded on the debit side. Okay, and this will be basically be receipts, this will be payments. Okay, and all the payments, okay, be it printing expenses, printing and stationery, okay, for repairs, for advertisement, for charity, for audit fee, maintenance, salaries. Okay, by all payments, whatever payments you have done will be recorded on the credit side. Okay, I hope this is clear to you, simple and easy. Okay, now let's talk about income and expenditure account. Okay, let's talk about income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account. Okay, now write the account which shows the income and expenditure of a not-for-profit organization for the current year is known as income and expenditure account. Okay, we used to prepare profit and loss account in case of profit oriented companies. Okay, so what is the main motive of P&L account? To find out the net profit. Okay, so net profit will basically, the profit and loss account will basically tell us the expenses of the current year. Similarly, in case of NPO, income and expenditure account will show us the income and expenditure of the current year. Okay, Now what is the rule of income and expenditure account? Let's see. Okay, income and expenditure account, I'll write INE, okay, for short form. INE account, income and expenditure account, okay, is nominal account. Nominal account, okay, it is a temporary account, let's say. Okay, now what is the rule? Debit all expenses or losses, credit all incomes or gains. Okay, so you'll get this type of questions in MCQ. Okay, what is real? Receipt and payment account is a real account. No, income and expenditure account is a nominal account. Okay, now point number three, it records only revenue expenditure. It records only revenue expenditure. Okay, capital expenditures are not recorded. Okay, we know that in receipt and payment account we record everything, right? Be it receipt, be it capital. If we are receiving cash, we record it in receipt and payment account. But in the case of income and expenditure account, we will record only revenue expenditure. Okay, you can for your understanding purpose, okay, you take in your mind P&L account. Okay, now in P&L account, do we used to take into account capital nature expenses? No, we used to take only revenue nature expenses. Okay, revenue nature means salaries, okay, rent paid, and any other expenses. Now what is capital expenditure? Say for example, you have purchased a machinery. Okay, now for installing the machinery, you have paid. Say for example, the price of the machinery was 1 lakh rupees, and the installation charges which you have paid is 10,000 rupees. Okay, now installation charges which you have paid is for installing the machinery. Okay, for machinery to come into existence, to come into full use, right? So those kind of expenses is called as capital expenses. So it will be taken to the machinery account only. Okay, it will be capitalized. So once we capitalize, the value of machinery will be increased by 10,000. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Now point number 3, it records only revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure are not recorded. Okay, I hope this is clear. Similarly, it records only revenue receipts. Okay, it records only revenue receipts. You can write point number 4, it records only revenue receipts. Okay, capital receipts are not recorded. Okay, I hope this is clear. You can note this down if you want. Okay, similarly, only current years. Okay, in profit and loss account, what we used to do, we used to take into account only the current year expenses, right? So in revenue expenditure account, income and expenditure account, only current year expenditure and income will be taken. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now let's see how an income and expenditure account will look like. Okay, this is an income and expenditure account. It is nominal. Okay, nominal account. So what will be the rule? Debit all expenses and losses. Okay, so all the expenditure or losses will come on the debit side. All the income or gains will come on the credit side. I hope this is clear. Okay, simple and easy. Okay, now we'll move with the questions. Okay, now in between, if anything is required, if any explanation is required, I will do the explanation. Okay, in between, and we will solve the MCQ now. Okay, so let's move with the questions now. Now see question number 103. This is the first question of income and expenditure account. Okay, not for profit organization. Let's see. Extract of receipt and payment account for the year ended on 31st March 2001 is given. Okay, extract is given. Now calculate the amount of stationery to be shown in income and expenditure account. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate the amount of stationery to be shown on income and expenditure account. Payment for stationery is rupees 23,000. Additional information has been given. Stock has been given. Okay, see, this is opening stock on 1st April 2020. This is closing stock 3,000. Creditors for stationery is given, opening and closing. Okay, now what is the requirement of the question, we have to find out the cost of stationery consumed during the year. Okay, how much we have to transfer it to the income and expenditure account. Okay, now how will we solve this type of questions? See, creditor is given, creditor for stationery is given. Now what do you mean by creditor for stationery? It basically means we have purchased stationery from creditors on credit, right? And the opening balance is 9,000, closing balance is 2,000. Okay, and stock of stationery is given 4,000, 3,000. Okay, at the beginning of the year we had 4,000 rupees of stock, and at the end we have 3,000 rupees of stock. Okay, basically this should be rupees. Okay, I hope the question is clear. Now how will we solve this type of question? Let's see. Okay, question number 103. Now we have to understand why this creditors data has been given. Creditors data has been given. See, this is point number 1. Point number 2, creditors data has been given, right? 9,000 and 2,500, and payment has been given. See, payment for stationery, we have done payment for stationery 23,000 rupees. Okay, now let's see how will we solve this type of question. So in this type of questions, what you'll have to do, you will have to find the purchases. Okay, see, the requirement of the question is calculate the amount of stationery to be shown in income and expenditure account. Basically the question is asking us cost of stationery consumed during the year, okay, cost of stationery consumed during the year. What is the amount of stationery which we have consumed during the year? Okay, so what is the formula for this? Opening stock of stationery plus purchases minus closing stock of stationery. Okay, so this is the formula. Opening stock of stationery. See, we had opening stock of stationery, we had purchased some stationery, and what is the closing stock left? That will be the consumed. Very logical, right? I had opening, I have purchased some additional stationery, and I have what? Kept aside some stationery for the next year. So that will, the balance amount will be the amount which I have consumed during the year. Now the question has given us opening stock of stationery and closing stock. Okay, but purchases is not given. So what is our main motive? Now our main requirement is to find out the purchases. Now how will we find out the purchases? See, question has given us opening and closing stock, opening and closing creditors, right? And payment has been given. Now to whom we will make the payment? We will obviously make the payment to the creditors, right? Now with this data, can I find out the purchase amount? Yes, I can find out the purchase amount. Okay, now let's solve. Okay, for this purpose, for this type of question, you will have to prepare creditors account. Now what is the logic behind, what is the main motive of preparing creditors account? We want to find out the amount of purchase. Okay, now creditors will always have credit balance, so where will the balance BD come? At the credit side. Okay, what is the balance BD amount? It is 9,000 rupees. Okay, 9,000, and the balance CD is, what is the balance CD amount? It is 2,500. Okay, now payment has been done. What is the amount of payment? See, 23,000 has been paid to the creditors. Okay, now when you make payment to the creditors, what will be the journal entry? Creditors account debit to cash account 23,000. Okay, so where will this cash payment go to the creditors account? It will go to the debit side. Okay, to cash 23,000. Okay, now with this we will find out the amount of purchases. Okay, so what will be the amount of purchases? 23,000 plus 2,500. This is 25,500. So obviously this will also be 25,500. So if you less this 9,000, you will get the amount of purchase, which will be 16,500. This will be by credit purchase. Okay, this is your balancing figure. Understood? So this is the answer for this question, for this account. Okay, purchases is the final balance, so this should be the amount. Now see, what will be the journal entry when you pass, when you purchase on credit? Purchases account debit to creditors. Okay, so this is happening here only. Okay, this is the first journal entry, this is the second journal entry. Now I hope we have find out the amount of purchases. Okay, now it's very easy to solve this question. Now what is the opening stock of stationery? 4,000. What is the purchases amount? 16,500. And what is the closing stock of stationery? It is 3,000. Okay, 3,000. Now what is the amount of stationery consumed? Minus 3,000. It is 17,500. Okay, so this 17,500 will be the answer for question number 103. So this 17,500 will be transferred to income and expenditure account, debit side, right? So I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now if you want, you can wait. Let me just clean this up. Okay, so see, you can now note this down. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Question number 103. Now let's move to question number 104. What is question number 104 saying? Dash is the amount received as part of will of deceased partner. Dash is the amount received as per the will of deceased partner. Okay, what is the amount? Dash will be the amount. What will be the amount received as will of deceased partner? Okay, what will be it called? Okay, now let's see the options: honorarium, donation, entrance fee, and legacies. Now what is honorarium? Let's see. What do you mean by honorarium? Say for example, in your organization you have invited a singer, you have a function in your organization. Okay, charity, you are a charitable organization, say for example. Okay, you are running a old age home or any other organization, and to entertain the people who are there in your organization, you have invited some famous singer, okay, or dancer, okay, a person having a special talent, say for example. Okay, now the payment which you will make to this kind of artists, okay, singers or dancers, it will be called as honorarium. Okay, it will be called as honorarium. Now if you want, you can write the definition of this. If you want, you can write the definition of payment of honorarium. Okay, I will dictate. Okay, I will not write. It is an expense payable. It is an expense payable to a person for specific services rendered by him. Okay, it is an expenses payable to a person for specific services rendered by him. The person receiving honorarium is not the regular employee. Okay, it is not a regular employee. Examples are payment made to artists, that is singers, dancers, radio and TV artists. Okay, it is an expense, so it is shown at the expenditure side. Okay, so what is honorarium? Payment made to a person for specific service. Okay, they are not the employee of the organization. What is donation? We have discussed in detail what is donation. Entrance fee. Now what do you mean by entrance fee? Let's say for example, there is a NPO organization and a person, okay, he wants to be a member of the organization. Okay, so when he wants to be a member of the organization, he'll have to pay a entrance fee. Okay, he'll have to pay a entrance fee to the organization. That will be called as entrance fee. Okay, the amount which he pays will be called as entrance fee. Now this will again be a income for the organization, so it will go to the income side of income and expenditure account. Okay, now what is legacies? We are left with only one option, legacies. Okay, so the answer for this question number 104 is legacies. Okay, legacies is the amount received as per the will of deceased partner. Okay, now let's try to write the definition of this legacies. Okay, now what is a legacy? Let's write it here. Legacies, it is the amount received from individuals as per will. Okay, it is the amount received from the individuals as per will. Okay, it is a receipt of non-recurring nature. It is a receipt of non-recurring nature. Okay, it is a item of non-recurring nature. So what is legacies? Say for example, there is a person, okay, he wants to pay some certain amount, okay, to the organization as per will. No one has forced him to pay, he wants to pay, okay, as per will. That will be called as legacies. Now let's move to question number 105. If the total income earned by Saket Club, a not-for-profit organization, is 2,60,000. Total income earned is 2,60,000 and surplus earned is 85,000. Okay, then total expenditure incurred will be, what will be the total income? What will be the total expenditure incurred? Okay, now let's try to understand this. Question number 105. Question number 105. Okay, now let's make a income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account. Okay, now we know that income and expenditure account is a nominal account. Okay, all the expenses will be written on the debit side and all the incomes will be written on the credit side. Okay, don't be confused with the name. Okay, income and expenditure. Don't say that income will come on the debit side, expense will come on the credit side. Okay, don't be confused. Be very careful with this. Now see what is the question saying. If the total income earned by Saket Club, a not-for-profit organization, is 2,60,000. Okay, see. If the total income earned is 2,60,000, so where will the income come? On the credit side, right? This is credit side, this is debit side. So income earned is how much? 2,60,000. 2,60,000. Okay, and surplus earned is 85,000. What do you mean by surplus earned? Surplus earned means the I will not say profit. Okay, it is not profit, but what is the surplus? What do you mean by surplus earned? It simply means the profit. Okay, the income is 2,60,000, and what is the expenditure? If the expenditure is, say for example, income is 1 lakh rupees. Okay, income is 1 lakh rupees and the expenses is 80,000. Okay, so what will be the profit? In case of profit oriented organizations, profit will be 20,000. Okay, but in case of NPO, we will not call it profit, we will call it surplus. Surplus money left, surplus income left. Okay, now similarly, if the income is 1 lakh rupees and the expense is 1,20,000, there will be a loss of 10,000, but in case of NPO, we will call it as deficit. Okay. Now the question is saying, if the surplus is 85,000, now where will the surplus come? Debit side or credit side? It will obviously come on the credit side. To surplus, sorry, debit side, 85,000. Okay, 85,000. When there can be a surplus, if the income side is more than the expense. Okay, so what will be the expenditure? The question is asking us what is the total expenditure. Simple, give less 2,60,000. 2,60,000 minus 85,000, 1,75,000. So this will be the answer for question number 105. Okay, I hope this is clear, simple and easy. Now let's move to question number 106. Okay, 106. Government grant received by a not-for-profit organization will be shown in. Okay, what is a grant? Let's try to first understand what is a grant. Okay, what is a grant? Grant received, I will dictate, you may write, okay, if you want, or you can refer to page number 593 of your textbook. 593 for Mizoram board students, you can refer 593. Okay, now what is a grant? Grant received from central, state or local government for routine expenses of this institution is called as grants. Okay, what is a grant? Now you are receiving some amount from the central, state or local government, okay, for routine expenses, means for day-to-day expenses of the organization. Okay, this is called as grant. Now it will be a revenue or capital receipt. It will be a revenue receipt. Okay, it will be a revenue receipt and it will be treated as income. This grant appears at the receipt side of receipt and payment account. Okay, and posted to the credit side of income and expenditure account. Understood? Now where will this grant go? This will be basically an income of the organization. Okay, as per the requirement of the question, it will be an income of the organization. Okay, now if you have received any special grant for specific purpose, that will be treated as capital receipts. Okay, but if the question is silent, we will assume it to be a normal grant for routine expenses. Okay, for day-to-day expenses. I hope this is clear. Now what will be the answer of this question? Let's read the question again. Government grant received by not-for-profit organization will be shown in income of current year. Will it be income of current year? Yes, I guess this option is right. Expense, will it be expense of current year? No. Will it be liabilities? No, because only specific grant is a liability, but we have, the question is just said government grant. Okay, so we will assume it to be a normal grant, a general grant for day-to-day expenses. Okay, will it be an asset of the organization? No, it is a income. Okay, so what is the right answer for question number 106? Income of current year. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's move to question number 107. Income and expenditure account is personal account, real account, nominal account, assets account. I have told you income and expenditure account is a nominal account. Simple, easy. Receipt and payment account is a personal account, real account, nominal account, assets account. It is a, what is the right answer? It is a real account. Okay, because receipt and payment account will have cash receipts and payments. Okay, so cash is also real account, so you can understand it this way. Okay, so if cash is a real account, receipt and payment account will also be a real account. Done with question number 108. Now let's see question number 109. Identify the correct options not appearing. What's the crux? What's the highlight point? Not appearing in the receipt and payment account. It is not appearing in the receipt and payment account, but need to be taken into account for determining the surplus or deficit for the current year. Okay, now what is the item which we don't take to the receipt and payment account? We know that only actual cash expenses and receipt will be taken to the receipt and payment account, but we have to take this kind of items to find out the actual surplus and deficit. Okay, will it be provision for doubtful debts? Yes, this is a non-cash transaction. Okay, so this can be the answer. Now let's read printing and stationery expenses. This is a amount of printing and stationery expenses we used to pay actual cash, right? So this will not be the right answer. Rates and taxes will also be a cash will go out. Wages and salaries also we used to make payment in cash. Okay. Now what will be the right answer for question number 109? Identify the correct option not appearing. So provision for doubtful debts will not appear on the receipt and payment account, but we'll have to take this type of expenses, losses, to find out the surplus or deficit. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's move to question number 110. Question number 110. Okay, what is the question saying? The donation of rupees 2 lakh received for plant will be shown in which account? I have told you now, this will be a specific donation. Okay, we are receiving it for what? Constructing a plant. Okay, so I have told you it will be a capital receipt and it will go to the liability side of balance sheet. Okay, so what will be the right answer? We don't have to even see the options. Okay, see, income and expenditure account, no. Income and expenditure account, expense side, no. Balance sheet, asset side, no. So what will be the right answer? Balance sheet, liability side. Okay, it is a capital receipt, so it will go to the liability side of balance sheet. Done and easy. Now let's see question number 111. The money paid to the environmental expert, rupees 2000 for a session, is known as honorarium, salary, wages, donation. Will it be called salary? No. He is not the employee. Okay, he is an environmental expert. Wages? No. Wages will basically be paid to unskilled workers. He is an expert. Okay, and donation, will it be called as donation? No. So the right answer will be honorarium. Okay, what is honorarium? Amount paid for specific services. Okay, so environmental expert is giving us some specific services, so honorarium will be paid to the environmental expert. Okay, I hope this is simple and easy. Now let's see question number 112. Find out the amount of stationery consumed during the year 2021-22. We have done this type of question, right? Similar question we have done. Now payment made for stationery during the year 2021-22 is 40,000. Okay, we have made payment during the year 21-22 for rupees 40,000. Stock of stationery as on 1st April 2021. The opening stock of stationery is 10,000 and the closing stock of stationery is 20,000. Okay, creditors for stationery 31st March 2022 is 30,000. Okay, now let's again solve this question. Okay, question number 112. We know what is the formula of cost of stationery consumed. Cost of stationery consumed will be opening stock of stationery plus purchase minus closing stock. This will be the formula, right? Now we know the opening stock of stationery is how much? 10,000 and the closing stock is 20,000. Okay, opening is 10,000, closing is 20,000, but we don't know the purchase amount. So for finding out the purchase amount, what we'll have to do, we'll have to prepare creditors account. Okay, creditors account. Now to balance BD, to balance CD, the closing balance will come here to balance CD, right? So what is the opening balance? Is any opening balance given? No. See, this is the closing balance, okay, 31st March 2022. So no opening balance is given, okay. So 30,000 will be the closing balance, okay. So I'll assume that there is no opening balance. And payment has been made for 40,000, right? So where will payment come? Cash account will go here, right? To cash account 40,000, okay. Cash account 40,000, okay. So what will be the balance? To purchase of stationery will be the balance 70,000, okay. This will be the balancing figure of 70,000, okay. So now we can easily find out the amount of stationery consumed, okay. What will be the answer? It will be 60,000, okay. So this is the answer for question number 112, okay. If you want, you can copy this. Now let's move to question number 114, okay. Now what's question number 114 saying? Identify the steps in preparing of final accounts, okay, of not-for-profit organization, okay. Now we have to identify the steps for preparing final accounts, okay. You have to write this. We have to identify the steps. Basically means what are the steps which we will follow in preparing final account of a not-for-profit organization, okay. You write down steps for preparing final account of an NPO, okay. What is step number 1? Step number 1 is prepare cash book. Prepare cash book, okay. You can write, okay, prepare cash book. The first step is to prepare cash book, okay. Second step is prepare receipts and payments account. Receipts and payment account, okay. Receipt and payment account. Step 3, prepare income and expenditure account. Prepare income and expenditure account, okay, from receipts and payment account. From receipt and payment account, okay. Question number 4. Point number 4 is adjust outstanding or prepaid expenses. Adjust outstanding or prepaid expenses or expenditure or income and determine surplus or deficit, okay. And the last step is to prepare balance sheet. Prepare balance sheet, okay. So this is the step we'll have to follow to prepare final accounts of an NPO, okay. First step is to prepare cash book. Second step is to prepare receipt and payment account. Then we have to prepare income and expenditure account from receipt and payment account. Then we have to make adjustment for outstanding expenses, okay, prepared expenses, and we have to determine surplus or receipt. And the last step is to prepare balance sheet, okay. If you want, you can note this down, okay. Now let's move to question number 115. 115. Dash is the amount paid to the person who is not regular employee of the institution, okay. It's simple, repeat it so many times. Honorarium is the answer, okay. Honorarium is the amount paid to a person who are not regular employee of the organization. We have done this, right? I've explained you this. Now move to question number 116. Not for profit organization prepare, okay. What are the account which not for profit organization prepares? Income and expenditure. Yes, we have to prepare income and expenditure. Will they prepare profit and loss account? No, because they are not profit oriented companies, okay. Organization, they will not prepare profit and loss account. Will they prepare trading account? No. Receipt and payment account? Yes. So the right answer will be A and D, okay. So the answer for question 116 is A and D. Okay, this question is also I'll skip as of now, okay. We'll do it together, this type of question. See question number 113 also. wait, I have to, question number 113 also I will skip as of now. Okay, I will skip this question as of now, then we will do it this type of questions together. Okay, I'll explain you in detail this type of questions. So this is also skipped as of now. Question number 113, question number 117. Now come to question number 118. Which of the following will be shown in receipt and payment account? Which of the following will be shown in receipt and payment account? Depreciation? No. Receipt and payment, we know actual cash. Only actual cash will go. Is depreciation an actual cash? No. It is a non-cash item, so this will not go. Will life membership fee go? Yes, life membership fee will go. What is life membership fee? When a partner is, when a partner becomes member of the organization, say for example at this point, okay, so for the entire life he will pay membership fee. Okay, life membership fee, he has paid some certain amount for the whole life of the member. For the whole life he is member of the organization. Okay, now what is provision for debt? Is this cash amount? No, this will also not go. And profit on sale of fixed assets, is this a cash transaction? No, this is not a cash transaction. Okay, so only life membership fee will go to the receipt and payment account. So what is the answer for question number 118? Question number 118 is life membership fee. Okay, now come to question number 119. Interest received on general fund investment is treated as? Interest received on general fund investment is treated as, say for example, now we have an investment, we have done an investment. Okay, we have done some investment and we are receiving that interest. Okay, what will be it called? Capital receipts. Will it be called capital receipts? Hence added to general fund investment. Revenue receipts, hence credited to income and expenditure account. Revenue receipts, but it will be added to general fund. No, it will not be added. This is not correct. Capital receipts and shown on liability side of balance sheet. Is this a liability? No, it is a income. Na? So where will it go? It will go to the income and expenditure account. This is for sure. Okay, it will not go to general fund investment. It will go to income and expenditure account. So B will be the right answer for this. Okay, I hope this is clear. It will go to receipt and payment account. It will go to receipt. It is a revenue receipt and hence it will go to income and expenditure account. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now come to question number 120. Question number 120. Okay, now what's the question saying? Let's see. Entertainment club organized an annual dinner on New Year Eve. They have organized an annual dinner on New Year Eve. The expenses incurred on annual dinner are 50,000. What is the expenses incurred? Expenses incurred is 50,000. Okay, amount received for annual dinner by members are 65,000. See, the expenses was 50,000. Okay, and they are receiving 65,000 from the members for the dinner. Okay, now what will be the treatment of these receipts and expenses? What will be the treatment? Okay, what will be the treatment? Let's try to see the options. Option number A, considered to be capital receipts. Okay, capital receipts and payment, and hence recorded on asset side and liability side of the balance sheet. Is this a capital receipts? We are receiving money for dinner here. It is not a capital item. It is revenue nature. Okay, revenue nature. It is not a capital item. So number A is not correct. B, let's see option B. Rupees 15,000 is recorded on income side of income and expenditure account. Number B. Number C, income 15,000 income is recorded on expenditure side of income and expenditure account. Rupees 15,000 is added to capital reserve. This is also not capital fund. This is also not correct. So now we have option between B and C. Okay, now let's try to understand what will happen in this case. Okay, let me try to explain. Question number 120. Question number 120. Okay, you have received money for what? You have received money for dinner, for New Year Eve dinner. Okay, New Year Eve dinner. Now see, what is the amount you have received? Amount received is 65,000. Amount spent is rupees 50,000. Okay, so what is the balance of 15,000? Now if it was a profit NPO, if it was a organization, okay, with profit motive, this 15,000 would have been their profits, or gains, because the amount which they receive is 65,000 for the dinner, but they spend only 50,000, so 15,000 is still left, right? So in our case, in case of NPO, what will be considered this? What will be the right treatment? Okay, see, between B and C, income 15,000 is recorded as on income side of income and expenditure account. rupees 15,000 is recorded on the expenditure side of income and expenditure account. What will be the right option? I guess B is the right option, right? It will be a income and it will be recorded on the income side of income and expenditure account. Okay, capital fund means it will go to the capital balance of the NPO. Will it go to the capital balance? No, this is not an item of capital nature. Okay, this is a revenue nature. So the right answer will be B. Okay, if you want you can note this down. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 121. Question number 121. Income and expenditure account is prepared on dash basis, while receipt and payment account is prepared on dash basis. So what will be the answer for this? I don't have to see the option, okay, for this type of questions. You'll simply answer it, okay. Income and expenditure account is prepared on accrual basis, and in receipt and payment account is prepared on cash basis. We know this, okay. Cash basis and accrual basis. See, the option will be C. Accrual means, say for example, you have to pay a salary to employee, okay. You have to pay a salary to employee. Now for the month of the year ends on 31st December, okay. 31st December, the year ends on 31st December. Now for the month of November, and January, okay. Now for the month of November, the employee works in the organization, okay. The payment will make yes in December, right? Now for the month of December, the work which he has done on December, when will he receive the payment? He will receive the payment on the next year, January, right? So has the event occurred? Okay, has the payment liability occurred? Yes, because he has already given the services to the organization, okay. But payment will be made on the 1st of January, on the next month of the financial year, on the first month of next financial year, okay. But the event has already occurred, okay, wherein we have to make payment, okay. So that's called as accrual. Now receipt and payment account is prepared on cash basis. I've told you now, it will always be prepared on cash basis. Cash means receipt and payment account will only have what cash is coming in and what cash is going out, okay. Question number 32. Sports Academy has 1000 members, each paying a subscription of 100 per month, okay. During the year, 10 members paid subscription for next year, okay. So this is the advance subscription paid, as well as 15 members did not pay their subscription for the last 6 months, okay. What amount of subscription will be debited in receipt and payment account, okay. What amount of subscription will be debited in receipt and payment account, okay. So now when we see this receipt and payment, what comes to our mind? Actual cash, okay. Actual cash, okay. Now see what is the actual cash we have received, okay. Out of this 1000 members, okay, 1000 members, they are paying 100 rupees per month, right? Out of this, 15 members, okay, 15 members did not pay the subscription for last 6 months, okay. So out of 1000 members, 16 members did not pay subscription for last 6 months, whereas 10 members, okay, 10 members paid their subscription for next year, okay, paid the subscription for next year. Now let's see how will we solve this type of question. Now what is the amount received from 1000 members? See, out of 1000 members, okay, 15 members failed to pay money for 6 months, okay. So out of 1000 members, if 15 members fail to pay, 985 members, they paid their money, okay. They paid their money for the whole year, okay, which is 100 rupees per month, okay. So it will be into 12, okay. So 100 rupees is per month, okay, and 12 for the whole year, okay. So how much amount they have paid? They have paid 118 to 123, okay, 11,82,000, okay. Now 10 members, they have paid in advance, okay. 10 members have paid in advance for the next year, okay. So how much they have paid? 10 into 100 into 12,000, okay. And now see, okay, now see, this 15 members, they did not pay for last 6 months. Okay, so out of 12, if they have not paid for 6 months, okay, the remaining 6 months they have paid the amount. Okay, for the remaining 6 months they have paid the amount. Now what will happen? 15 members paid 100 rupees per month for 6 months. Okay, so 15 into 100 into 6, so what's the amount? 9,000 rupees. Okay, so what is the total money which they receive? Will be 1203. Okay, 12 lakh 3,000. Okay, so what is the answer for this? B is the answer. Okay, I hope this is easy. Okay, now let's see question number 133. Calculate the amount of local rent to be transferred to income and expenditure account. Okay, what is local rent? This is the expense. Okay, this is the expenditure. Okay, now see, opening balance has been given, okay, of outstanding local rent 9,200 and the closing balance is 12,600. Okay, advance local rent. Okay, expenses we have paid in advance. Okay, opening balance is 6,000, closing balance is 8,000. Local rent paid during the year was 64,000. Okay, local rent paid during the year was 64,000. Okay, so now here we will prepare local rent account. Okay, let's see how will we find out the answer. We have to calculate the amount to be transferred to local rent account. Okay, to be transferred to income and expenditure account. Okay, amount of local rent to be transferred to income and expenditure account. So now let's prepare a local rent account. Okay, so basically this will be combination of outstanding and advance. Okay, so local rent is the expense, right? It's an expense, right? And outstanding expense means it's a liability. So the opening balance will be on the credit side and the closing balance will be on the debit side. Similarly, advance rent, see, we have paid advance. This is advance expenses. We know that advance expenses is a asset for us, right? So the opening balance will be written on the debit side, balance BD, and the closing balance will be written on the credit side, balance CD. Okay, so outstanding local rent is a liability. So what is the opening balance? 9,200. And what is the closing balance? 12,600. Okay, now we have paid local rent, advance local rent. Okay, so this advance we have paid is a asset for us, right? Asset will have debit balance. So what is the opening balance? 6,000. And what is the closing balance? 8,000. Okay, and during the year we have paid how much? 64,000. Okay, so what will be the journal entry? The journal entry will be local rent account debit. So cash is going out, right? Money is going out. So cash account 64,000. Okay, so cash will come here to cash account. How much? 64,000. Okay, so what will be the balance? What will be the amount transferred to income and expenditure account? Let's see, 6,000 plus 64,000 plus 12,600 minus 9,200 minus 8,000 will be 65400. Okay, so 65400 will be transferred to income and expenditure account. Okay, so this is the balancing figure. Okay, 65,400. Okay, so this is the answer for question number 133. Okay, you pause the video and you note it down. Okay, now see, let's see question number 134. The following information has been extracted from the financial statements of a not-for-profit organization for the year ended 31st March 2019. Okay, so this is the opening balance of match fund. Now what do you mean by match fund? Say for example, an organization used to organize tournaments. Okay, so to organize a tournament they will need some funds. Okay, so what is the opening balance? What is the balance they have in the match fund account? The balance they have is 5 lakh rupees. Okay, sale of match tickets. Now they have sold tickets and they have received 3,75,000. Donation for match fund received during the year is 1,24,000. Now will this be specific or general donation? This will be specific donation. Okay, because it has been received for tournament purpose. Okay, and match expenses. What is the expenses they have incurred? They have incurred 10 lakh expenses. Okay, now we have to find out the correct statement. Okay, let's read the statement first. Negative balance of match fund 1,000 will be shown in the liability side of the balance sheet. Negative balance of match fund rupees 1,000 will be shown in the debit side of income and expenditure account. Sale of match tickets will be credited to income and expenditure account, both B and C. Okay, so this is the option. Let's first analyze the question. Okay, question number 134. Question number 134. Okay, question number 134. Now see, what is the opening balance of match fund account? Opening balance of match fund. What is the opening balance? The opening balance is 5 lakh rupees. Okay, 5 lakh. Opening balance is 5 lakh. And sale of match tickets. We have sold tickets. Okay, and we have received 3,75,000 for the match. Okay, we are organizing a tournament. Okay, and we have sold tickets and we have received 3,75,000. Okay, so proceeds from sale of tickets. What is the amount we have received from the sale of tickets? 3,75,000. Okay, 3,75,000. Okay, next, donation received. What is the donation received? 1,24,000. Okay, so we will add donation received. Donation received. What is the amount of donation we have received? 1,24,000. Okay, 1,24,000. Now what is the total amount we have for organizing a tournament? Okay, let's see. We'll add 5,000. Sorry, we'll add 5 lakhs. We'll add 3,75,000 and we will add 1,24,000. Okay, so see, what is the total money they have? Funds available. Funds available is 99,09,000. Okay, 99,09,000. And what is the expenses? The match expenses is 10 lakh rupees. Okay, so what is the expenses? Expenses is 10 lakhs. So you can see there is extra 1,000 rupees which has been spent. Okay, fund available was 9,99,000. Okay, fund available was 9,99,000, and we have spent 10 lakh rupees. Okay, we have spent 1,000 extra. Okay, now the question is asking what will be the treatment of this extra 1,000 which we have spent. Okay, what will be the treatment of this 1,000 extra we have spent? Okay, so let's see what is the options available. Negative balance of match fund rupees 1,000 will be shown in the liability side of balance sheet. Will this be shown in the liability side of balance sheet? See, the donation we have received is how much? We have received 1,24,000, right? Now we have spent more than what we have received as donation. Okay, so this is a specific donation. It will be a liability until we spend the money. Okay, once we spend the money, we have the liability is no more with us because we have spent the money as per requirement of the person who has given us the donation. Okay, and this, I guess this option number A is not valid. Okay, option B, negative balance of match fund rupees 1,000 will be shown in the debit side of income and expenditure account. Yes, this can be a valid point. Sale of match tickets will be credited to income and expenditure account. Okay, will it be credited to income and expenditure account? No, it will be debited to receipt and payment account. Basically, receipt and payment account. Okay, it will not go to income and expenditure account. Okay, this is money which we have received. Okay, both B and C. So this option is not valid. Okay, because this point number C is not valid. So we are left with point number B. Okay, so what is the answer for question number 134? The answer is B. Okay, the answer is B. The answer is B. Okay, negative balance of match fund 1,000 will be shown in the debit side of income and expenditure account. Now see what will happen. Now see. Okay, now you may say that this balance is 1,000. No? Can a match fund have negative balance? Okay, no, it cannot have negative balance. Okay, let me show you with the statement. Okay, let's make a match fund account. Okay, match fund account. Now what was the opening balance? The opening balance was 5 lakhs. We have received donation. We have received donation of how much? 124. Okay, sale tickets, 2 tickets. How much we have sold? We have received 3,75,000. Okay, and is there anything mentioned about the closing balance? No. Okay, and the expenses is how much? 10 lakh rupees. Okay, so what will be the journal entry? Money will go out, right? So wait, there's one mistake here. Wait. Okay, so this cash, we are receiving cash now. We are receiving cash from the sale of tickets and donation. Okay, so we are receiving cash, right? So what will be the journal entry for donation? Cash is coming in, cash account debit. Okay, to donation, okay, to match fund account basically. So it will come at the credit side, okay, by cash. How much is the donation? 1,24,000. Again, sale of tickets will also come here, okay, will come here. How much is the amount? 3,75,000, okay, and funds available is 5 lakhs, okay. Now see, what is the total of this? 1,24,000 plus 3,75,000, okay, the total is 499, okay, and this total is 5 lakhs, okay, 5 lakhs. So here there is a difference of 1,000 rupees, right? This is a difference. This will go to income and expenditure account, okay, 1,000 rupees. This will go to income and expenditure account, right? When you prepare some account, plant and machinery account, when you have a loss, right, where loss used to go? Loss used to go to the P&L account, right? Similarly, in case of match fund, okay, this 1,000 will go to the income and expenditure account, okay, it will go to the income and expenditure account, because income and expenditure account cannot have negative balance. Now how will it have negative balance? This 1,000 will be basically given from some other funds, okay, will give from either cash in hand or cash in bank, okay. So this 1,000 will be transferred to income and expenditure account. So I hope this is clear. 134, okay. Now let's see question number 122. The receipt and payment account of Leeds Sports Club showed payment for sports material at as rupees 46,000 for the year ended 31st March 2022. Additional information is as follows. Opening balance of stock is given, stock of sports material is given, and closing balance is given. Opening balance of creditors and closing balance of creditors is given, okay. So what is the requirement? We have to calculate the amount of sports material consumed during the year ended 31st March 2022, okay. So now this information has been given, okay. I hope we have solved this kind of questions, okay, in the earlier question. So now let's see how we will solve this, okay. Now in this question, details of creditors is given, okay. Creditors from whom we have purchased sports material on credit, okay, and payment has been made to them, okay. What is the amount of payment? 46,000, okay. With this we can find out the value of purchase, okay. So let's see how we will do it. We will prepare a creditors account. Question is 122. Question number 122. We will prepare creditors account. Creditors will have credit balance, so balance will come here, the opening balance will come here. What is the amount? 18,000, and the closing balance will come in the debit side. Balance CD 5,000. So we have made a payment of how much? We have made a payment of 46,000, okay. So what will be the journal entry? Creditors account debit to bank or cash, right? 46,000, okay. So where will it go? It will go to the debit side, right? So creditors are decreasing, okay, by cash or bank 46,000, okay. So what will be the balancing figure? 46,000 plus 5,000 minus 18,000, okay. So what will be the value of purchase? By purchase, so what's the value? 33,000, okay. So now we know the value of purchase, okay. Now we can find out the cost of stock consumed. What is the formula? Opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock, okay. So what is opening stock? The opening stock is 8,000 and the closing stock is 6,000, okay. So 8,000 and 6,000, and the value of purchase is, we calculate 33,000, okay. So what will be the value of sports material consumed? 3,000 plus 33,000 minus 6,000, okay. So the answer for this question is 35,000, okay. I hope this is clear, easy and simple, okay. 33,000. So the answer for 122 is, wait a second. So the answer for this is, what's happening here? 35,000, okay. 35,000. 35,000 is the answer. The requirement is calculate the amount of sports material consumed. Okay, so now you can copy this. You pause the video and you copy the answers. Now let's see question number 123. 123. Okay, calculate the amount of credit purchase. We have to calculate the amount of credit purchase from the following information. Balance of creditors is as follows. Okay, so opening balance is 4600, closing balance is 11800. Okay, so payment made to creditors during the year ended was 56,800. Simple. So how will we find out the value of purchase? We'll simply prepare creditors account. Okay, 123. Simple. We'll prepare creditors account. Okay, for those students who have the picture of creditors account, okay, the amount, the items which will go in the creditors account, you don't have to prepare this account. You can simply prepare it. Okay, I'll tell you how you will prepare it. See, creditors will have credit balance, so the opening will come here 4600. Opening balance is 4600, and what is the closing balance? Balance CD is 11800. 11800. Okay, so we have what? We have made a payment of 56,800. So payment will come here by bank or cash, 56,800. Okay, so what will be the value of purchase? The balancing figure will be the purchase. Okay, balancing figure. So 56,800 plus 11,800 minus 4600 will be our purchase. So the value of purchase will be 64,000. Okay, I hope this is clear, simple and easy. So the answer for this is 64,000. Okay, now those, if you, it's not necessary to prepare this account. Okay, so see, if you have a picture of this, okay, in your mind, how you prepare creditors account, you can simply answer it. Okay, you will simply add closing balance and the payment made, and you less opening balance, and you will get the purchase amount. Okay, but it will not take time. Okay, you will hardly need 30 seconds or 40 seconds to prepare this account. Okay, so we are done with 123. Now let's see question number 124. Question number 124. Life membership fee received by a not-for-profit organization is accounted as, okay, is it a revenue receipt, is it a capital receipt, an asset, or miscellaneous receipt? What is the answer? See, the question is saying life membership fee received from a non-profit organization is accounted. Now what is a life membership fee? Now what is life membership fee? Let's try to understand this. Okay, now say for example at this point, okay, a member joins, okay, a member becomes, okay, a person becomes a member of NPO. Okay, now this is the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, and so on. Okay, and so on. So this person has paid the fees for the future years, okay, at this point only. Okay, now what will happen? He has given the money to the NPO at the very beginning. Okay, now but the benefit of which will be received in the future years, right? The benefit will be received in the future years. The money which he has given, the membership fee which he has given, the benefits will be received in the future years. Okay, so until and unless the benefits has been received, it is a liability for the organization. Okay, so what will be the answer for this question? It will be capital receipts. Okay, it is a capital receipt. Revenue receipt means for day-to-day operations. We receive something for day-to-day operations, right? Capital receipt is basically receipt for a longer period of time. Okay, so this will be a liability for the NPO. Okay, so the answer for question number 124 is capital receipts. Okay, if life membership fee is received, okay, it will be a capital receipt. Okay, now let's see question number 125. How will you deal with the following items while preparing for the Bombay Women's Club, its income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2021 and its balance sheet on the same date? Okay, so how will we treat this item in the income and expenditure account? Okay, donation for pavilion rupees 12,25,000, expenditure incurred rupees 10,80,000, total estimate is 25,000. Okay, so now this donation received is a specific donation. Okay, it is a specific donation. So what is the donation received? 1225. Okay, now let's see question number 125. Okay, so what is the amount of donation received? Donation received is 1225. Okay, now out of this donation, how much has been spent? See, the company has expenditure incurred is 1080. Okay, so expenditure incurred What is the amount of expenditure incurred? Expenditure incurred is 1080. Okay, 10,80,000. 10,80,000. Okay, now what is the balance? 1225 minus 10,80,000. Okay, 1,45,000 is the balance amount. Okay, now see, whenever NPO receive donation for specific purpose, okay, it will go to the liability side. We know that it will go to the liability side of balance sheet. Okay, so if the company has spent the money according to the requirement of the person who has given the donation, in our case it is for construction of pavilion, right? In this example it is for construction of pavilion. So if you have spent the entire amount for construction of pavilion, okay, you will accordingly reduce your liability. Okay, in this case what has happened, 10,80,000 has been spent, right, out of 12,25,000 received. So now what is the balance liability left? The balance liability left is 1,45,000. Okay, so this is the balance liability left. Okay, now the question has even given us the expenditure, total expenditure required. Do we have to do anything with this? No. Okay, there is nothing to do with this. Now let's read the options. Okay, option number A, rupees 1,45,000 to be shown in liability side of balance sheet. Yes, I have discussed this now. This will be shown in the liability side of balance sheet. At the time of receiving the donation, this was the liability, right? But out of this, the NPO, the organization has spent 10,80,000. Okay, so the liability has been reduced by 10,80,000 because they have incurred this for the construction of pavilion. Okay, this is a specific donation. So what is the amount of liability left? 1,45,000. Okay, option A is, I guess, correct. Let's see option number B. 1,45,000 to be shown in asset side of balance sheet and rupees 25 to be shown in liability side. Basically the question is saying the amount left from the donation, this 1,45,000, should be shown in the asset side. Will this be asset side? Will this be shown at the asset side? No. Okay, no. This statement is not correct. And it's saying that rupees 25 lakh to be shown on liability side. See, 25, what is this 25 lakh? This 25 lakh is the expenditure which they will incur, the total expenditure which they will incur on the construction of pavilion. Okay, so is this the donation received? No, this is not the donation received, so we don't have to do anything with this. Okay, so option B is not correct. Now C, option number C, 1275 to be shown in expenditure side of income and expenditure account. So what is the expenditure? The expenditure is 10,80,000, right? The expenditure is 10,80,000. I don't know from where they have calculated this, so this option is also not correct. 12,75 to be shown in the income side of income and expenditure account. This is also not correct. Okay, so what is the correct answer for question number 125? The correct answer is point number A. Okay, point number A. Now let's see question number 126. 126. The following balance of receipt and payment account depicts. The closing balance of receipt and payment account depicts loss, profit, balance of cash and bank, capital balance. Okay, now what is this closing balance of receipt and payment account? Those for profit organization. Okay, the word itself tells us that this kind of organization is not for profit motive. Okay, so will this kind of organization have loss? No, they will not have loss. Okay, if there is any amount which they have spent extra, okay, from the amount they have, it will be called as deficit. Okay, it will be called as deficit, it will not be called as loss. And if there is any extra amount left, it will be called as surplus. Okay, so loss will be replaced by deficit and profit will be replaced by surplus. Okay, so one A and B option is not correct, right? Closing balance of receipt and payment account will never be a loss or profit. Okay, will it depict capital balance? Will it depict capital balance? No, it will not depict capital balance. Okay, what will be the balance? It will be the balance of cash and bank. Okay, balance of cash and bank. So the answer will be C. Okay, now you go to your textbook, class 11 textbook, and you see the pro forma of receipt and payment account. Okay, the closing balance will always be transferred to the closing balance will always be cash and bank balance. Okay, now 127. 127. What is the question saying? Salary paid in cash. Salary paid in cash during the current year was 80,000. Outstanding salary at the end was 4,000. Salary paid in advance last year pertaining to the current year was 3,200. Okay, salary paid in advance during the current year for the next year was 5,000. Okay, the amount debited to income and expenditure account will be, what will be the amount debited to income and expenditure account? Okay, now let's try to understand this with a timeline. Okay, question number 127. Question number 127. Okay, so let me draw a timeline for 3 years. This will be our current year, this will be our next year, and this will be our previous year. Okay, question 127, question number 127. Okay, now when will this start? This will start on first 4. What is the previous year? Is the question mentioning anything? No, it's not mentioning anything. Okay, so this will start on 1st April and will end on 31st March. Okay, similarly this will start on 1st April, will end on 31st March. Again, the next year will start on 1st April and will end on 31st March. Okay, now let's analyze the data. Okay, salary paid in cash during the current year was 80,000. Okay, we have paid salary of rupees 80,000 in the current year. Okay, clear? Outstanding salary at the end of the year was 4,000. Okay, outstanding salary at the end of the year, which means outstanding salary at the end of the current year. Okay, at this point, what was the outstanding salary? Outstanding was 4,000 rupees. Okay, outstanding was 4,000 rupees. Basically means we had to pay this amount. Okay, we'll pay this amount in the next year. Okay, in the next year. Salary paid, salary paid in advance last year pertaining to the current year was 3,200. Okay, so what has happened? We have paid salary in advance here at this point. Okay, we have paid 3,200 advance. Okay, see, salary paid in advance last year pertaining to the current year was 3,200, which means this salary was to be paid in the current year, but we have paid in the previous year. Okay, we have paid at this point 31st March, but it should be paid during this period. Okay, so this will be our advance salary. Okay, so advance salary is always a asset for us. Okay, advance expenses is always a asset for us. I hope you know this. Next, salary paid in advance during the current year for the next year was 5,000. Now we have paid a salary of 5,000. Okay, advance here. We have paid an advance salary of 5,000 at this point. Okay, at this point. Now this will also be our asset, right? This will also be our asset because this is to be paid during this period, but we have paid in the current year only. Okay, we have paid in the current year only. Now, what will be we have to calculate the amount debited to income and expenditure account. What will be the amount debited to income and expenditure account? Now let's prepare a salary account. Okay, let's prepare a salary account, then we will understand this clearly. Salary account. This will be a combination of outstanding and advance. Okay, this will be a combination of outstanding and advance. Now let's see, if it is outstanding, it means we have to pay. Okay, outstanding salary means we are paying salaries to the employees, and it's outstanding means it's our expense which we have to pay. Okay, so the opening balance of expense will always come on the credit side. Okay, the closing balance will always come on the debit side to balance CD. Okay, and we have paid advance salary. Okay, we have paid advance expense. Advance expense is always a asset. Okay, for the organization. So opening balance will have debit balance, right? The advance salary will have debit balance. Okay, so balance BD, opening balance will come here and closing balance will come here. Okay, this is how we prepare combination account. Okay, now before moving further, we will see that we have paid 80,000 in the current year. Okay, so what will be the journal entry? We have paid salary of 80,000. Okay, so where will it go? It will go to the debit side. Okay, to bank. I hope this is clear. 80,000. Okay, now let's see here what's the question saying. Outstanding salary at the end was 4,000. Outstanding salary at the end means outstanding salary at the end was 4,000. Okay, outstanding salary at the end of the current year was 4,000. They are talking about the current year. Okay, so at the end, where will the outstanding expense at the end come? It will come here. Okay, 4,000. See here we have outstanding expenses. Okay, this is the current year, and we have outstanding salary of 4,000 rupees. Okay, so this will be the closing balance of the liability. Clear? Next, salary paid in advance last year pertaining to the current year was 3,200. Now basically we have paid a advance salary of 3,200 in the last year. Okay, so this 3,200 will be the closing balance of the last year, and it will be the opening balance of the current year, right? If it is closing balance of the last year, it will be the opening balance of the current year. Simple, right? See what's the question saying. Salary paid in advance last year pertaining to the current year was 3,200, which means this salary had to be paid in the current year, but we have paid it in the last year only. Okay, so if this is the closing balance, this again will be the opening balance for the next year, right? So this is the opening balance of our current period. Okay, so where will it go? advance salary is an asset, so it will go to the debit side. Okay, 3200. I hope this is clear. Next, this salary here, add one salary. Okay, salary paid in advance. Salary paid in advance during current year for the next year was 5000. Now, what is the advance salary paid in the current year? Okay, for the next year is 5000. So this is also asset, right? We are paying advance. So this is the closing balance of the asset. Okay, so how much is the amount? 5000. So where will it come? It will come to the credit side, 5000. I hope this is simple and clear to you. Okay, now we have to find out the amount debited to income and expenditure account. So simple. What will be the balance? The balance will be 3200. We will add 3200 plus 80,000 plus 4000 minus 5000. Okay, so what will be the answer for this? By income and expenditure account, what will be the answer? The answer will be 82,200. Okay, I hope this is easy. Now you note this down, okay, if you want the timeline. Okay, let me explain it again for those students who will find it difficult to understand. Okay, let's try to understand this again. It's very simple. Okay, you don't try to be confused. Okay, it's very simple. It's just that you have to apply the concept of assets and liabilities, and you have to understand the basic concepts of outstanding and advance. Okay, I have uploaded a detailed video on outstanding salaries on the basic lecture. Okay, you can go and watch that video. Okay, now let's read this question again. The first line, I hope it is clear. Salary paid in cash during the year was 80,000. During the year we have paid salary of 18,000. This is clear, right? Now outstanding salary at the end was 4,000. So basically it is talking about the current year. Okay, outstanding salary at the end was 4,000. Okay, so outstanding salary is a liability for us, right? And at the end means closing liability. Okay, so if we look at the assets salary account, okay, this is the liability side, this debit side, this is credit side. Liability will always have credit balance. Okay, so where will the closing balance come? Here, right? So we have put 4,000 on the debit side. Okay, again, salary paid in advance. We have paid salary in advance. So salary paid in advance, expenses paid in advance is an asset for the organization. Okay, last year pertaining to the current year was 3,200. Now last year we have paid a advance salary of 3,200. Okay, last year we have paid advance salary of 3,200. Okay, so here if we have paid advance salary of 3,200 last year, if we have paid advance salary of 3,200, okay, we have paid advance salary. Okay, it should be paid during this period, right? It should be paid during this period, but we have paid in the last year only, previous year. Okay, so if this is the advance expense, if this is the balance of advance expenses of the last year, okay, and if this is the closing balance, what will be the opening balance? The opening balance will be the same amount. Okay, so advance salary is an asset, so where will it come? It will come on the debit side. Okay, here. Next, salary paid in advance during current year for the next year was 5,000. Now we have paid salary in advance for the next year during the current year 5,000. Okay, so this will be the closing balance of asset account. So 5,000 will come here. Okay, bank will go here. So you add this and you plus this, you will get the answer. Okay, simple. It's very easy. Don't be confused. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now let's see question number 128. 128. What's the question saying? On 31st December 2011, a club had subscription in arrears of rupees 16,000 and in advance rupees 4,000 respectively. During the year ended 31st December 2012, the club received subscription of rupees to like 8,000, which includes 10,400 relating to 2013. What amount of subscription will be recognized as income for the year 2012? Okay, now we have to see this question. Okay, let's try to understand this again with our timeline. Question number 128. Question number 128. So this is 3 years. Okay, this will be question number 128. Okay, so now let's try to understand this question. The question has given us the year. Okay, see, during the year ended. Okay, during the year ended. So what will be our current year? It will be 2012. Okay, 2012 will be our current year. So what is the current year? 2012. Okay, so what will be the previous year? It will be 2011, and the next year will be 2013. Okay, so this will start on 1/1/2011 because see 31st 31st December ending. Okay, 31st December. So when will it start? 1/1/2011 and will end on 31st/12/2011. Okay, current year will start from 1/1/2012 and it will end on 31st/12/2012. Next year will start from 1/1/13 and it will end on 31st/12/13. I hope this is simple and easy to understand. Okay, now see, let's read the question again. Okay, let's read the question again. On 31st December 2011, 31st December 2011 means last year. Okay, they are talking about this period. A club had subscription in arrears of 16,000. Now, what do you mean by subscription in arrears? What do you mean by subscription in arrears? Subscription in arrears means income to be received. Subscription is what? Subscription is the income of the organization. Members will pay subscription every year, right? They will pay subscription to be members of the company. Basically, it is a membership fee. Okay, so during this year 31st December 2011, there was a subscription in arrears. Arrears means the organization did not receive the subscription, okay, of how much? 16,000. Of how much? 16,000. Now this is basically a outstanding income. Okay, we had to receive but we did not receive. Okay, during this period we had to receive how much? We had to receive 16,000 but we did not receive during this year. Okay, so on 31st December, this will be the closing balance of what we should receive. Okay, this will be the closing balance. This will be the closing balance of our asset account. Okay, now on this period, this will be the opening balance again now of 16,000, right? Subscription in arrears means it is a asset for us. It is an income for us, so it will have debit balance. Okay, now we'll again prepare subscription account. Subscription account, a combination of outstanding and advance account. Okay, advance account. Now see, this is the income, right? So it will have debit balance. So where will the balance, opening balance come? It will come on the debit side, 16,000. Okay, 16,000, because see, this is the amount which we should receive last year but we did not receive. So what is the amount which we will have to receive in the current year? What will be the opening balance? 16,000 will be the opening balance. Okay, try to understand this with the debtor. Okay, so you have a closing debtor, right, on 31st December. Now the closing balance of the debtor will be your opening balance, no? So same way, this is income which we have to receive, the money which we have to receive. Okay, so we had not received this money. Okay, we had not received this money, so we will receive it in the current year. Okay, we will receive it during this period, so it will be opening balance will be 16,000. I hope this is clear. Okay, on 31st December 2011, our club had subscription in arrears of 16,000 and in advance rupees 4,000 respectively. Okay, and in advance respectively. Now what do you mean by this? It basically means that there was a advance, okay, paid during this period. There was a advance paid, advance of how much? 5,000, advance of 4,000 rupees. Okay, there was an advance of 4,000 rupees. Okay, now income received in advance is a liability for the organization. Okay, I hope I have let you note this down. You just note this down if you want. Note number 1: expenses paid in advance is a asset for the organization. Okay, expenses paid in advance is an asset for the organization. Okay, similarly, income received in advance is a liability for the organization because the benefit, the members will get the benefit in future. Okay, this is a liability for the organization. You note this 2 point. Okay, it's very important. You have to remember this. Now see, at this point there was an advance. Okay, paid 4,000 rupees advance was paid during this period. Okay, now it was paid in the previous year. Okay, so this was the closing balance. So what will be the opening balance of the liability? It will be 4,000. Okay, so where will it come? It will come to the credit side by balance BD. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next, during the current year, okay, the club received subscription of 2,08,000. Okay, so we have received some money. What will be the journal entry? Bank account debit to subscription account. Okay, we have received how much? We have received 208. Okay, 30. So we have received 2,08,000. So where will it go? It will go to the credit side by bank. How much? 2,08,000. Okay, 2,08,000. Clear? I hope this is simple and easy. Okay, now next, during the year the club receives subscription of 2,08,000, which includes 10,400 relating to 2013. Okay, which means we have received this in advance for 2013. Okay, so here 10, during this period we have received 208,123. Okay, out of this 10,400 relates to the next year. 10,400 relates to the next year. So this will be the liability of the current period. Okay, the closing liability, the closing balance of liability. Closing liability will be 10,400. So where will the closing liability come? It will come to the credit side. Okay, debit side, sorry, to balance CD. How much? 10,400. I hope this is simple and easy to understand. Now we have to calculate what amount of subscription will be recognized as income for the year. Simple. Now we'll have to find out the balancing figure. Okay, so you add this to 4,000 plus 2,800 minus 16,000 minus 10,400 will be to income and expenditure account. This is the balancing figure. Okay, how much? 1,85,600. I hope this is clear. Okay. Okay, see, this students may have a doubt that we have taken all this amount, right? We have taken all this amount as bank. Okay, during the current year, whatever amount you receive, okay, don't be confused. Okay, see, when you prepare your P&L account for say for example 31st/12/2012. Okay, P&L account will be items only relating to this period will be debited to the P&L account. Okay, but in bank account, okay, all items, okay, irrespective of whether this is for current year or next year, it will go to the bank account. Okay, so don't be confused. Okay, don't say that why we have written the whole amount here. Okay, why we have written the whole amount here. So you can note this down. You note the timeline first, then you note this subscription account. Okay, and this note is very important. Okay, expense paid in advance is an asset, income received in advance is a liability. Okay, because the income for the organization means the employee has paid subscription in advance. Okay, so until unless the period has arrived, until unless the employee has received the benefit for which he has paid money, it will be a liability for the organization. Okay, now let's see question number 129. Okay, 129. Any donation received for specific purpose, simple, it is a liability and it is a capital receipt. Okay, it is a capital receipt and it is a liability. Okay, so answer for question number 129 is capital account, capital receipt. Okay, capital receipt. Next, question number 130. What does a credit balance of income and expenditure account show at the end of the year? What does a credit balance of income and expenditure account show at the end of the year? Okay, what do you mean by credit balance? Let's see question number 130. Question number 130. See, this is your income and expenditure account. Okay, debit side you'll have in expenditures and credit side you'll have income. Okay, what's the question saying? What does a credit balance of income and expenditure account at the end of the show at the end of the year? Okay, so credit balance means if the income side is more, credit balance. Okay, credit balance means if the income side is more, what does this mean? It means that there is a surplus. Okay, it means that there is a surplus. See, if the income side is 1 lakh and the expenditure side is 8,000, so what is the extra amount? 20,000. So this will be called as surplus for the organization. Okay, in case of profit oriented organizations, you will call it as profit, right? Profit is to come here now, to profit, because this side is more, right? If this side is more, if the income side is more, then there will be profit for the profit oriented organizations. So in case of NPO, what will it be? It will be surplus. Okay, so the answer for 130 is surplus. Okay, now let's see 135. Which of the following item does not appear in the receipt and payment account of an NPO? Okay, which of the following item does not appear in the receipt and payment account? Now, what is this receipt and payment account? This will reflect actual cash inflows and outflows. Okay, so whenever you heard this receipt and payment account, one thing you have to remember is only actual cash inflows and outflows will be taken into this account. Okay, so prepaid salary means we have paid salaries in advance. Will this come in receipt and payment account? Yes. Okay, we have to search. Item does not appear. Okay, so prepaid expenses will come. Yes. Okay, so this is not the answer. Advance subscription means we have received income in advance. Okay, so this will appear. Yes, because cash is coming. Sale of machinery, when we sell some machinery, money has to come in, extra money has to come in, so this will also come in. Okay, so this will not be the answer. Now accrued interest on investment, so this is the answer. Okay, accrued interest on investments. Okay, so this is the answer for 131. Now what do you mean by accrued interest on investments? What do you mean by accrued interest on investments? Okay, let's try to understand this. Accrued interest on investments. Okay, now see question number 131. Okay, let's try to understand this. Okay, say for example, okay, a company has the NPO, not for profit organization, has made some investments. Okay, out of its extra money which the organization had, the company decided to do some investment. Okay, now let's do a timeline again. Okay, let's do a 2 years timeline. Okay, let's do a 2 years time. Now say for example, at this period on 1/1/2023, the organization made an investment. Okay, investment. Now they have invested some money in some organization. Okay, say for example, they have invested in some marketable securities. Okay, now for this investment they will get some return. Okay, they'll get some return. It may be called as interest, it may be called as dividends. Okay, whatsoever. Okay, now say for example, the investment term was that every 6 months. Okay, every 6 months the NPO will receive interest. Okay, every 6 months the NPO will receive interest. So they will receive interest twice a month. Okay, twice a year. They will receive interest twice a year, every 6 months. Okay, for every 6 months they will receive interest. So here, this is the 6 months, they should receive interest here, and again at this point on 31st December they will receive a interest. Okay, 31st December. Now this is 1/1/2023 and this is 31st December 2023. Okay, so what will be the 6th month? It will be 1st June 2023. Okay, they should receive interest at this period. Okay, the first interest will be received here, the second interest will be received here. Okay, now say for example, in this case, interest was to be received at this period, at this point. Okay, but the company did not receive interest at this point. Okay, the company received interest on, say for example, 1 October 2023. Okay, the company received interest at this period, at this point. Okay, now see, during this period, the company, the organization, they had already received interest. Now they have already received the interest, right? Let me draw this again. Okay, they have to receive here. Okay, they have to receive here, but they receive here at this point. Okay, at this point. Now when did they receive the interest? They receive it here. When should they receive? They should receive at this point. Okay, at this point. So here what will the company do? The company will book the interest. Okay, basically means the company will take this interest, okay, amount which they should receive in the income and expenditure account. Okay, income and expenditure account. It will go to the credit side of income and expenditure account. But is the money actually received? No. Okay, when will the money be received? It will be received at this point. Okay, so receipt and payment account and bank or cash account. Okay, the entry will be passed at this period because money will be received at this period, but actual interest should be received here, right? So the company will recognize the interest here. Okay, it will recognize the interest here. The company will take the interest amount in the books during this period. Okay, although the payment has been received here. Okay, so this type of transaction will be called as accrued transaction. Okay, which means the time to receive the investment interest has already arrived. Okay, so that will be called as accrued interest. Now accrued interest, is this accrued interest includes money? No, right? Money will be received in the future. Okay, so this will not come in the receipt and payment account. Okay, so I hope this is clear. 131. Okay, so what's the answer for question number 131? The answer is point number D. Okay, point number D. Now let's see question number 132. Question number 132. Okay. Now let's see question number 135. General donation general donation received by NPO are depicted on the, okay, what is a general donation? This is a revenue receipt. Revenue receipt, okay. We will assume it to be a general donation of small amount, okay. We will assume it to be a general donation of small amount, okay. Where will it go? Debit side of income and expenditure account. See, this is your income and expenditure account. Debit side is for expenses and this is for income, right? This is a revenue receipt and this is an income for the organization, so it will go on the credit side of income and expenditure account, okay. It will go on the credit side of income and expenditure account. Simple, easy. Now let's see question number 136, okay. Question number 136. Which of the following statement is wrong regarding receipt and payment account? Okay, whenever you see receipt and payment account, one thing should come in your mind: actual cash, receipt and payment, okay. Now let's see which of the statement is wrong, okay. It is mandatory to prepare receipt and payment account. Is it mandatory to prepare receipt and payment account? Yes, it is mandatory to prepare receipt and payment account, okay. So this statement is right, so this is not our answer, okay. We have to search the wrong statement, okay. Point number B, it is a summary of cash and bank transaction. It is a summary of cash and bank transaction. Yes, this is a summary of cash and bank transaction, because in receipt and payment account, actual cash and bank transactions will come, right? So it will give us a summary, okay. So this is also not the required answer. Point number C, it does not show any cash items like non-cash item like depreciation. It does not show any non-cash items like depreciation. Yes, because receipt and payment account is a actual, it will show actual cash, receipt and payment, right? So depreciation is a non-cash, so this is the right statement, okay. It can never show credit balance, okay. It can never show credit balance. What do you mean by credit balance? Can it show credit balance? Yes, because payment, receipt and payment means, see, receipt and payment, okay. Can the payment be more than the receipt? Yes, okay. There can be a negative balance of receipt and payment account. Similarly, if you see the bank account, okay, in a bank you get overdraft facility, right? Withdrawing more than what you have. So similarly, receipt and payment account will also have credit balance, okay. So the correct statement is C, okay, the required statement, okay. Which of the following statement is wrong? So it does not show any non-cash items like depreciation. Okay, sorry, wait, there is one problem, okay. There is one problem. The statement is saying it does not show any non-cash items like transaction. Yes, it does not show, right? So this is a correct statement. So point D, it can never show credit balance, okay. Will receipt and payment account have credit balance? Yes, okay. So this is the wrong statement, this is the required answer, okay. Which of the following statement is wrong? So point number D is wrong. It can never have credit balance, okay. It can have credit balance, okay. Now let's come to question number 137. Now this is an important question, okay. This is an important question, okay. Now let's see this question number 137, okay. What is the question saying? Subscription received by the health club during the year 2013 were as under, okay. We have received money during the year 2013 as under, okay. For the amount of 2012 we have received 3,000 rupees. The amount of 2013 we have received 96,000, and the amount for 2014 we have received 2,000, okay. Now let's try to analyze this, okay. This 2,000, the amount which you have received 3,000 rupees is for the last year, okay. This is the outstanding subscription, okay. We had to receive in the last year, but we have received in the current year, okay. So this is a income for the organization, okay, of the current year. 2013, this is the current year subscription, okay. And 2014 which we have received is for the next year, that means advance subscription, okay. Now let's read. Subscription outstanding as on 31st/12/2012 is 5,000 rupees. Subscription outstanding as on 31st/12/2013 is 12,000. Subscription received in advance in 2012 for 2013 is 5,000, okay. Now what is the requirement of the question? Amount of subscription to be credited to income and expenditure account, okay. Now let's see, we'll again understand it with the timeline, okay. Question number 137, 3 years, okay. This is your previous year, this is your current year, and this is your next year, okay. See, what is the current year? 2013 is the current year, okay. 2013 is the current year, okay, and they are following calendar year. Now if 2013 is my current year, I will write here 2013. Then if 2013 is the current year, 2012 will be the previous year and 2014 will be the next year. Okay, now let's analyze. We have received this money. We have received money during the year. Okay, so this is what we have received. What is the amount? What's the total amount? 3,000 plus 96,000 plus 2,000. We have received 1,01,000 during the year. Okay, we have received 1,01,000 during the year. Okay, now let's make a account. Okay, again subscription account. Subscription account. This will be a combination of outstanding and advance. Okay, for the year 2013. Now again, subscription is an income for the organization, right? Subscription is an income for the organization. So outstanding income will be the asset for the organization. Okay, so it will have debit balance. It will be on the balance debit side, and the closing outstanding will be on the credit side, balance CD. Okay, similarly, advance subscription which we have received, is a liability for the organization, right? So it will have credit balance. So the opening will come on the credit side to balance BD, and the closing will come on the credit side, balance CD. I hope this is simple and clear. Okay, now during the current year we have received 1,01,000. Okay, so what will be the journal entry? We are receiving, right? Cash is coming in, cash account debit to subscription account. How much? 1,01,000. So this will come on the credit side, right? By cash, how much? 1,01,000. Simple and easy, right? Now let's move to the question. We are done with this part. Subscription outstanding as on 31st/12/2012 is 5,000. Okay, we are on the current year. Right? We are on 2013. We are in this 2013. Now outstanding on 31st/12/2012 was 5,000. Okay, so the subscription outstanding at this point, 31st/12/2012 is how much? 5,000 rupees. Okay, outstanding means we had to receive 5,000 in the previous year, but we will receive it in the current year. Okay, so if this is the closing balance of previous year, this will be the opening balance of the current year. So where will the outstanding subscription come? Outstanding subscription means which we had to receive. It is an asset, right? So it will come on the debit side, 5,000. I hope this is simple, right? Now let's move to the second point. Subscription outstanding as on 31st/12/2013. Now this is the year end of the current year, 31st/12/2013. Now outstanding at this point is how much? Closing balance is 12,000. Okay, so this 12,000 we will receive it in the next year. Okay, so this will be the closing balance of subscription outstanding. So it is an asset. It will be in the credit side, 12,000. Simple, easy. Now third point, subscription received in advance in 2012 or for 2013 was 5,000. Okay, now see, we have received subscription of 12,000. We have received subscription in advance in 2012 for 2013. Okay, now see, now at this point, in 2012 we have received advance subscription of 5,000. Okay, we have received advance subscription of 5,000. Now this advance is for the current year. Okay, this will be the income of the current year, but we have received in the previous year. Okay, so the closing balance is 5,000. Now advance subscription is a liability for the organization. Okay, if this is the closing balance of the advance subscription, what will be the opening balance? 5,000 again. Okay, if this is the balance of this point, so opening balance will be 5,000 again. This is a liability, so it will be on the credit side. Simple. Now see, everything is done, but students, one mistake which you will do is the closing balance of advance. Okay, see now this point. Okay, now in 2013 we have received 2,000 rupees. Okay, now when does this income relates to? Which year? It relates to 2014, right? It relates to the 2014. Okay, income we should receive it in the 2014, but we are receiving it in the current year 2013. Okay, now this 4,000 which I have received, what's the amount? 2,000 which I have received. The 2,000 which I have received, okay, this is for the next year. right? So advance subscription, advance income is a liability, right? So we are at this point 31st March current year, so this will be the closing balance of the liability. So where will the closing balance come? The closing balance will come on the debit side of the liability. Okay, now you can find out the amount transferred to income and expenditure account. Okay, you add this 5,000 plus 12,000 minus 5,000 minus 2,000 will be, what will be the answer? To income and expenditure account 1,11,000. Okay, so this is the answer. If you want, you can note this down. Note it down. Okay. Okay, done with question number 137. Okay, now let's come to question number 138. What's the question saying? If income is rupees 16,000, okay, and deficit debited to capital fund is 4,300, the revenue expenditure is simple. We have to prepare income and expenditure account. Okay, so expenditure and income. What's the question saying? If income is 16,000, and deficit is 4,300, now where will the deficit come? Deficit means loss for the NP. Okay, if you want to understand from the P&L account point of view, deficit means it's a loss and surplus means profit, right? So the net profit used to come on the debit side, so surplus will come here. Okay, if surplus comes here, net loss used to come on the credit side, so deficit will come here. Okay, what is the amount of deficit? 4,300. Okay, so if this is the total amount of the credit side, 16,000 plus 4,300, the total expenses will be 20,300. Okay, you add this and this, then you will get the balance of 20,300. Okay, simple, easy, right? So now we are done with question number 138. Okay, you note this down. Now let's move to question number 139. We are done with 38. Now 39. See, again same question, similar question. Okay, on the basis of the following information, calculate the amount of stationery to be debited. Amount of stationery to be debited to income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2021. Okay, now here is 31st March 2021. We have to calculate the cost of stationery consumed. But one problem where you have to be very careful, one area where you have to be very careful is, see, 31st March 2021 and 1st April 2020. See, the opening balance is given on the right hand side, okay, and the closing balance is given on the left hand side. You have to be very careful. Okay, though students, what mistake you will do is you will take this as your opening and you will take this as your closing. But no, see, this is the opening because it is on 1st April 2020 and this is the closing. Okay, be very, very careful, okay, in this type of questions. So this type of questions you will get if they want to make examination very tough, you will get this type of question. Okay, so the opening balance of stock is given. Opening balance of stock is given and the closing balance is given. Okay, stationery, so creditors, opening balance is given, closing balance is given. Now additional information, stationery purchase during the year was 50,000. Okay, now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate cost of stationery consumed. Cost of stationery consumed. Now you don't have to prepare creditors account anymore, because why do we used to prepare creditors account? To find out the purchase amount, right? Now the purchase amount has been given 50,000. Now simply you can apply the formula, opening stock plus purchase minus closing stock. Okay, what is the opening stock? 8,000. What is the purchase amount? 50,000. And what is the closing stock amount? 6,000. So your answer will be 8,000 plus 50,000 minus 6,000, 52,000. Okay, the answer will be 52,000. I hope this is clear, easy, simple. Okay, now let's move to question number 140. We are left with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions only. Okay, so now let's move to question number 140. What's the question saying? Identify revenue receipts out of the following. Okay, we have to identify revenue receipts. Donation for building, this is a capital receipt, specific donation. Okay, this is not the right answer. Entrance fee, yes, this is a revenue receipt. Okay, when a member enters into the organization, he'll have to pay some fee. That will be a revenue expense. Okay, there will be a revenue item. Life membership fee, I've told you this is a capital expenditure, capital receipt. Legacy donation for library. See, we are receiving legacy donation for a specific purpose, so this will be capital nature, right? So what will be the right answer? The right answer is B. Okay, entrance fee. Okay, now let's move to question number 141. Okay, very interesting question. The opening balance of prize fund is 20,000. Prize fund means not pizza fund. Okay, don't take it as pizza fund. It's a prize fund, means our organization is carrying on any tournament. Okay, and if they carry on a tournament, if they organize a tournament, they will have to pay some prize to the winners, no? So they have some fund allocated for the tournament. Okay, for the prize which they have to pay for the tournament. Okay, so the opening balance is 20,000. Now this is the money which they have, funds which they have. Okay, it will have debit balance. Okay, now during the year donation received towards this fund amounted to 15,000. Now we have received donation of 15,000. Now is this a specific or general donation? This is a specific donation because we are receiving it for the tournament. Okay, now interest received from general fund investment is rupees 4,000. Okay, we have made some investments. Okay, we have made some investments from general fund. We have some different fund allocated for investment purpose. Okay, then we have invested some money and we received interest of 4,000 rupees. Okay, now amount spent on prize was 36,000. Okay, amount spent was 36,000. The closing balance of prize fund will be, we have to calculate the closing balance of prize fund. Okay, now let's see how we will solve this. Okay, what's the opening balance? The opening balance is 20,000. Okay, 20,000. Now we have received donation, it will be added. Donation of how much? 15,000. Donation of 15,000 will be added. Now we have received interest of 4,000. Now one question to you, will this interest amount come on the prize fund account? Will it come on the prize fund account? No, right? Because this is not related to the prize fund. Okay, what students, the mistake they will do is they will add this to the prize fund account. Okay, you cannot add this to the prize fund account because see, it's clearly saying interest received from general fund investment is 4,000. It will be a revenue income. Okay, it will go to income and expenditure account. Okay, now next, amount spent on prize was 36,000. Okay, now the total money which I have is 20 plus 15,000 is 45,000. Okay, sorry, 35,000. I have 35,000 rupees. Okay, for the prize fund. Okay, but how much I have spent? I have spent 36,000. Less expenses is 36,000. Okay, now there is a negative balance of 1,000 rupees. Okay, 1,000 rupees. Now what's the requirement of the question? What's the question saying? I have to find out the closing balance of prize fund. What will be the closing balance of prize fund? Will it be 35,000? No, because we had 35,000 and we have spent 36,000. Okay, so this is not the right option. Will we have 3,000? No, I don't know how this is calculated. Now there is a difference between, there is a confusion in C and D. Okay, will it be 1,000 or will it be nil? Okay, what students will do, they will choose nil because the balance is nil. See, the balance is minus 1,000 rupees. No, don't do this mistake. Okay, this 1,000 will go to the income and expenditure account. This will go to the income and expenditure account. I've told you now, take an example of assets we have sold, income and expenditure account. We have sold assets, right? 20,000 was the profit. 20,000 was profit was transferred to P&L account. Okay, now will the prize fund account have nil balance? No, it cannot have nil balance. Okay, because we will spend only, we have 35,000, so we cannot spend more than 35,000 from this fund. Okay, 1,000 will be taken from other fund. Okay, we will spend only the amount which we have. Okay, this cannot have negative balance. This is not a bank account wherein we have overdraft facility. Okay, if this was a bank account, obviously there can be 1,000 negative balance, but this is a prize fund account. Okay, we will spend only the amount which we have. We have 35,000. We cannot spend more than 35,000 from this fund. account. Okay, we can spend 36,000. Obviously 1,000 can be taken from any other account, but it will not be taken from whatever the amount we have. 35,000 is the total amount we have in the price fund account. We cannot spend more than this. Okay, so the right answer for this will be number D, nil. Okay, the balance will be nil. Okay, so from the fund we will debit only, we will less 35,000 from the fund. Okay, and the balance will be nil. Okay, the balance will be nil. We have 35,000 and we spend 35,000. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's move to question number 142. Again, honorarium paid to guest lecturer will be posted in, it is a revenue expenses, right? So it will go to debit side of income and expenditure account, debit side of receipt and payment account, credit side of income and expenditure account. Credit side of income and expenditure account is your income, this is your expense, so this option is not correct. Now there is confusion between A and B. Debit side of income and expenditure account, obviously it is a expense, right? So it will go to the debit side, so this option is correct. B, debit side of receipt and payment account. Now what is the debit side of receipt and payment account? It is a receipt, right? Debit side will, all the receipts will be posted in debit side, so will it go to the debit side? No. Okay, so this option is also not correct, so the right option is A. Okay, so the right option is A, it will go to the debit side of income and expenditure account. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's see question number 143. NPO, keep proper accounting record too. Okay, why do we have to keep proper accounting records? Okay, what are the reasons? Let's see. Keep proper control over the utilization of funds, right? We have to keep proper control over the funds, right? There cannot be any appropriation or manipulation or misusage of the fund. Okay, so this point number A is very valid, right? It's very good point. Now see point number B. Avoid chances of misappropriation or embezzlement of funds of members by and donors. Okay, there can be misappropriations, and embezzlement means theft. Okay, say for example the person who is in charge of the fund misuses the fund. Okay, so to stop this kind of activity, proper maintenance of books is important. Okay, so point number B is also very valid. Okay, and point number C, fulfill the conditions laid by law. Fulfill the conditions laid by law. Okay, there is a condition given by the law that you have to prepare 3 accounts: receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account, and cash book. Okay, so this is also valid point. None of the above, all of the above. So what will be the answer for this question? It will be point number E. It will be point number E, all of the above. Okay, point number E, all of the above. Now let's move with question number 144. What is the treatment of sale of sports equipment for rupees 3,000? We have sold it for 800. Sorry, book value was 1,200 in the books of ABCD Limited. Okay, now what's the question saying? What is the treatment of sale of sports equipment for 800 rupees? We have sold sports equipment for how much? 800 rupees, but the book value was 1,200. Okay, now what is the options with us? Rupees 800 is credited to income and expenditure account. Okay, is rupees 800 credited to income and expenditure account? What will go to the income and expenditure account? The difference, the income, right? 800 is the money which we have received, so this will go to the receipt and payment account. So point number A is not correct. Point number B, 1,200 is debited to receipt and payment account. Debit means on the receipt side. Okay, will this come on the receipt side? No, because we have the money which we are receiving is only 800 rupees. The actual cash is 800 rupees. So this option is also not valid. Point number C, rupees 400 is debited to income and expenditure account. None of the above. Okay, now let's try to understand this. Okay, I hope you are enjoying. Okay, I hope it's not boring, and if it's boring, you please comment and write it on the comment section. Okay, I want to know your feedback. I'm working very hard for you guys. I just want to know your feedback. Okay, whether it's helping you or not. Okay, you can just drop a like, or you can just give us short comment. Okay, it can be feedback or it can be a appreciation. Okay, I'm okay with both of it. So if you think I can improve it in much better, okay, you can please give me a feedback. And if you think the way I teach is good, okay, you can please appreciate me. Okay, it will give me motivation to work harder for you and your juniors. Okay, now see, let's pass a journal entry. Okay, when we do this kind of transaction, now we are selling off equipment. Okay, equipment is an asset for the organization. Okay, we are selling off the sports equipment, so equipment account will be debited or credited? It will be credited, right? And money is coming in. So what will be the journal entry? Cash account debit with how much? 800 rupees to equipment account. What is the value of equipment? 1200. See, 1200. So there is a difference of 1000. There is a difference of 400 rupees, right? Now again, think of profit and loss account. Okay, in case of companies with profit oriented. Okay, where will this difference go? It will go to the debit side of profit and loss account. Basically, this is a loss on sale of 400, right? Now in case of NPO, where will it go? It will go to the income and expenditure account. Okay, debit side of income and expenditure account, 400 rupees, right? This cash will go to the receipt and payment account, and this 400 will go to the income and expenditure account. Okay, so I guess point number C is the right option for the answer. Okay, rupees 400 is debited to income and expenditure account. Debited means C, expenditure and income, right? So it will go to the expenditure debit side of income and expenditure account. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. So we are done with question number 144. Okay, now let's come to question number 145. This is the second last. We are left with one question, right? I have skipped one question. We'll solve that and we will be done with unit number 1. Okay, now see question number 145. Which of the following will appear on the asset side of balance sheet of a club? Okay, which of the following will appear on the asset side of balance sheet of a club? Specific fund. Okay, will a specific fund come? What is specific fund? The amount which we have for the amount spending, for the amount which we have for a specific specific thing. Okay, so for example, you will receive a donation for a specific program. Okay, so that specific, the amount which you have received for a specific program will be a liability, right? So this will not be an asset. Surplus earned during the year. Now where will this surplus go? It will go to the capital fund, okay, on the balance sheet. Now when you prepare your profit and loss account, okay, where does this net profit go? This will be transferred to the balance sheet. Okay, liability side of the capital, under the capital account, right? Similarly, in case of NPO, where will the surplus go? It will go to the capital fund, okay, on the debit liability side of balance sheet. So this option is also not correct. Salaries outstanding. Salaries outstanding means expenses outstanding. It is a liability, right? It will not go to the asset side. Subscription outstanding. Now what is the subscription outstanding? The money which I have to receive. The money which I have to receive from the members. So this is a asset from me, right? So the correct option for this answer will be point number D. Okay, simple and easy, right? Now I hope we are done with the remaining questions. Now we can move with the one question which we had skip. Okay, so what was the question? So with this question you will be done with your unit number 1 and you can revise it. Okay, you revise it 2-3 times. Yeah, this is question number 117, I guess. Acha, we are left with 2 questions, I guess. Yes, we are left with 2 questions, 113 and 117. It's fine, let's do these 2 questions. Okay, both are important. We cannot skip this. We cannot skip a single question. Okay, we will solve these 2 questions and we will move forward with the next unit. Okay, this is also simple. It's with subscription outstanding account only. Okay, but the information is not a bit complete. Okay, closing balance and all is not given, so I thought you will be confused, so I skipped this question and I can continue with the other question. Okay, now it's time to solve this question. Okay, now let's read question number 113. As per receipt and payment account for the year ended 31st March 2020, subscription received were 22,50,000. Okay, during the year 2020 we had received subscription for rupees 2,50,000. Okay, now subscription outstanding on 1/4/2019 is 50,000. Basically this is the closing balance. This is the closing balance, okay, of the previous year. Now subscription received in advance on 31st March 2020 are 30,000. Okay, now what is the requirement of the question? Subscription for the year 2019-20 will be, so 1920 is our current year. 1920 is our current year. Okay, now again let's understand it with the timeline. Okay, question number 113. Question number 113. Let's draw a timeline. This is your current year, this is your previous year, and this is your next year. Okay, now let's read the question again. 1920, let's write the year first. 2019 and 20 is my current year. So what will be my next year? 2020 and 21. And what will be the previous year? 2018 and 19. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Now let's read the question again. As per receipt and payment account for the year ended 31st March 2022. So the current year is, let's draw a year here. Okay, let's write 1/4/18 to 31st 3/19. Okay, and here the current year will start from 1/4/19 and it will end on 31st 3/20. Here it will start on 1/4/20 and it will end on 31st 3/21. Okay, now current year is this portion is our current year. Okay, now during the current year we have received subscription of 2,50,000. Okay, so we have received subscription of 2,50,000. Now let's make a subscription account. Again, outstanding and advance subscription. Okay, subscription account, outstanding and advance subscription account. Okay, now again I will repeat, outstanding subscription will be a asset for us because we have to receive the money, and advance subscription which we have received will be a liability. Okay, so asset will have debit balance to balance BD, the closing balance will come here to balance CD. Liabilities will have credit balance, so the opening balance will come here, balance BD, and the closing balance will come here to balance CD. Okay, now see, we have received 2,50,000. okay, during the year. So what will be the journal entry for this? Cash account debit 2,50,000 to subscription account 2,50,000. So where will this cash come? On the credit side to cash account 2,50,000. Okay, simple. Now third line, subscription outstanding on 1/4/19 was 50,000. Okay, 1/4/19. When is 1/4/19? Here, see, subscription outstanding on 1/4/19. okay, so this will be the opening balance. Opening balance is how much? 50,000. okay, 50,000. So this will be the opening balance of my current year. Subscription outstanding means it is an asset for me. It is a asset for me, so we will write it in the debit side. Okay, I hope it is clear to you now. 50,000. okay, now let's move forward. Subscription received in advance on 31st March 2020 are 30,000. Now at this point we have received advance, what? Advance subscription. okay, we have received advance subscription. okay, of how much? Of 30,000. okay, so this advance subscription which I have received at the year end will be my liability, of the closing balance. So where will the liability of closing balance come? On the debit side here, 30,000. Is it clear? Okay, now what's the question saying again? Now no other information given, so we have to find out the subscription for year 1920. okay, so now will there be any opening balance of liability? No. Will there be any closing balance of assets? No. okay, so the balance will be our amount transferred to income and expenditure account. So what is the amount? 1,70,000. okay, to income and expenditure account is 1,70,000. simple, right? So you can note this down. okay, question number 113. Done. Now let's move with the last question of this unit. okay, question number 117. okay, now we will solve 117. okay, now let's see. Very easy question. okay, now you can solve it easily. okay, 117. Now see, a club has 2,000 members. okay, a club has 2,000 members and the annual membership fee is 3,500. so this is subscription amount. okay, subscription received during the year 21-22 amounted to 72 lakhs. We have received subscription of 72 lakhs. okay, subscription outstanding as on 31st 2022 was 52,500. subscription outstanding as on 31st 2021 was 77,000. okay, subscription credited to income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st 2022 is, we have to calculate that. okay, now again let's do a timeline. Very easy to understand with the timeline. okay, question number 117. okay, so let's do a timeline for 3 years: current year, previous year, and next year. okay, so the current year is, see, it has been written 31st 3/2022. okay, so this will be 2021 to 22. This will be 2020 to 21. This will be 2022 to 23. okay, Done. Now when will this year start? When will the opening year start? 1/4/2020. It will end on 31st/3/21. Now where will the current year start? 1/4/21 and it will end on 31st/3/22. When will the next year start? 1/4/22 and it will end on 31st/3/23. I hope this is clear to you. Now see what's the question saying. A club has 2000 members paying 3,500 each. Okay. Subscription received during the year amounted to 72,000. Now we have received subscription, right? Now if we have to prepare subscription account, the asset will come here. To balance CD by balance CD. Okay, we have received, so it will come here. Cash account. How much we have received? We have received 72 lakhs. Okay, 72 lakhs. Simple. Now point number 3, subscription outstanding as on 31st/3/2022 was 52,500. 31st/3/2022. Now outstanding at this point is how much? 52,500. So this is the outstanding closing balance of the current year. Subscription outstanding means asset. It is an asset for me. It is an asset for the organization. So it will come on the credit side, right? 52,500. This is the outstanding amount. This amount I will receive it in the next year. So it will be the opening balance of next year. Okay, amount receivable. Now let's read the question further. Subscription outstanding as on 31st/3/2022 was 77,000. Now on 31st/3/2020 was 77,000. Now this was the closing balance of outstanding subscription for the previous year, right? For the previous year. Now this will be the opening balance of the current year. Okay, so where will I write? The outstanding amount will be on the debit side, 77,000, because this amount which was the closing balance of last year, now I will receive it in the current year. So what will be the opening balance of receivable? Will be 77,000. Okay, now what's the question saying next? We have to calculate subscription credited to income and expenditure account for the year. Simple now. Okay, now how will you do? The balance will be your, so will there be any wait, am I missing anything? Yeah, one more part. Okay, now see, here we have to analyze. 2000 members are there, and how much they will pay? One member will pay 3,500. Okay, so what will be the balance? 2,500 into 3,500. The amount will be 70 lakhs. Sorry. So ideally, I should receive 70 lakhs during the current year, but I have received 72 lakhs. See, I have received 72 lakhs. Okay, so this 2 lakh which I have received in advance, what it will be? It will be the liability. It will be my liability. Okay, now see here at this point, I should receive how much? I should receive 70 lakhs, but I have received 72 lakhs. Okay, so the advance of 2 lakhs which I have received, okay, in the current year, this will be my liability. Now this will be my liability. The benefit the members will get is in the next year. Okay, so this will be my closing liability. Okay, so the closing liability will come on the debit side. Okay, so 2 lakhs. Now you can find out the balance, and it will be your amount transferred to income and expenditure account. Okay, 72 lakhs plus 52,500 minus 77,000 minus 2 lakhs. What is the amount to income and expenditure account? 69,75,500. Okay, so I hope you understood this. So this way we are done with unit number 1, accounting for not for profit organization. Okay, so we are done with unit number 2. Let me just see the syllabus. We are done with, I will try to cover all the units, okay, if possible, basically the important units, because I have to travel and I have very limited time to cover all the syllabus. Okay, so I will try to cover all for you, okay, by the time I leave. Okay, so I'll be going out for around 10 to 12 days. So before my flight is on 8th. Okay, I'm traveling, so before that I have to, I have to record everything. Now this is the today is you can see today is 28 April. Okay, today is 28 April and I'm recording unit number 1, so I have to record other units also. So a very limited time I have, so I'll try to record almost every unit, okay, for you guys. I've recorded unit number 1. We are done with unit number 1. Now we are done with unit number 2. I've recorded unit number 2 also. We are done with unit number 3, and we are done with unit number 4. Okay, so the important part we have covered. Okay, so I guess this also will be covered by the time, and I will try to cover this also, and I will try to even cover this. Okay, now I've told you this you have to learn from the textbook. Okay, this you have to learn from the textbook, from your class 11 portion. Okay, so this is theory based. Okay, there is nothing to explain on this. You try to cover the objective of the from the textbook, and it will be enough. Okay, so we are left with basically 3 units. Okay, so these are the units which will take time. Okay, this unit will take time, this again unit will take time. This will be done in a, like, say for example 1 or 2 lectures. So I'll try to cover almost everything for you guys. Okay, so I hope you are liking the video, you are liking the way I'm teaching. So you keep studying hard, and if there is any problem, if you don't understand anything, you can please comment on the comment section, and I will try to make a dedicated video for that topic. Okay, so you enjoy guys, study hard. Okay, so this is the time where we have to work hard. Class 12, your parents, your teachers will say you study class 12 hard, then you can enjoy your life later. Okay, but if you have to take my personal opinion, school life was the best life. Okay, now is the real life where you will have to struggle a lot. Okay, college days, and after college you will have to worry about jobs. Okay, you have to worry about earning money. So school life is the best life. Okay, school, when you are in school, you don't have to worry about earning money, right? You always, your parents are there for you. But once you grow old, okay, you will have to think of earning money. You will have to be serious, more dedicated towards life. So you study hard, you get good college. Okay, I wish you all the best, and we'll meet again in the next video.